What up?
I need that sports encyclopedia. We at Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
Coach JB.
Yeah.
Where you at, man? In the gym shooting, I'm Durant. You ain't shooting John Moran.
Darnell is the Ball State legend. I'm the Warren Central High School legend.
I'm proving with a reliable source, straight from the mouth of the horse. Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to Yost.
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
Better stay in your lane. Hop into
You are fucking insane. Dude, what? You just will not give this guy his flowers. What is wrong with you?
Oh, you must have thought I was a bitch.
I am him. Use not it. What's the topic? With your logic when I probe it. Komodo, how it's talking.
Got to get back to letting the baby cry a little bit to see if they can soothe themselves.
That's a bar.
Issues get pressed so fast it don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
I identified him after his third fight, and I said that guy should be a star.
I'm so proud of the show, bro.
The gas, Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up? We are in the building. It is Truth Telling Thursday right here on the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. We will be telling the truth today. Lock and loaded. We got a loaded lineup today. Steve Kim joins us. We're going to talk all things boxing, plus the made-up human who made a female tap out yesterday in the Olympics of all places. I got a daily rant for your ass today on that. Don't miss it. Pound that like. Become a member of our winnable.com/slap-picks today and find the first down package along with our Discord Slap Nation. Download that Discord app and go into Slap Nation and get into our fantasy league that we will be starting up this Monday. Pound that like, subscribe, let everybody know, and head on over to betonline.ag. Use the promo code CoachJB plus Believe, BLEAV, and get you 50% off plus welcome bonus. That's BLEAV as a promo code and get 50% off welcome bonus. Let's dive into it, man. We got a lot to discuss, a lot to get off my chest today on this Truth Telling Thursday. But Aaron Rodgers calls Robert Saleh out in a presser yesterday when asked about playing in preseason games. Aaron said, quote, "That's Robert's decision." And I always talk about addressing a head coach by his first name. I get it's the NFL, it's the man's league, but man, that's a bad look on the podium in front of the world to see. He said it's Robert's decision. It ain't coach's decision. It ain't Coach Saleh's decision. It's Robert's decision. And he never said he didn't want to play. Aaron said, "I never said I didn't want to play." End quote. This is nothing more than Aaron Rodgers resetting the pecking order within that locker room and organization. Robert Saleh said publicly, if you remember, a few months ago, that Aaron was going to be fined, he was missing, and it was an unexcused absence to go over to Egypt. You remember all that? And Aaron didn't take kindly to that. Period. Believe what you want to, people, but the truth is Aaron is Aaron. He's about Aaron and wants to make sure people know this is his team, not anyone else's. Another distraction in an organization that isn't used to a winning culture. And this will set this young team back, which worries me for being one of the most loaded rosters in football. But can you spin it? Will this catapult this team forward? You got Aaron Rodgers on the sideline with Garrett Wilson bitching and moaning twice now on film captured. You got the Robert Saleh, Aaron Rodgers little quarrel going on. You got the Aaron Rodgers missing minicamp still talked about. You got Aaron Rodgers doing all these off-the-field things. Can this team win And then you got Hassan Reddick, who hasn't even reported one day. And they're still talking about that being a distraction. Is this Jets team capable of winning throughout this young roster built up? And can they win with this young team with zero culture and haven't won shit since Joe Namath? We're going to dive into it. But let's start this thing off. Football returns tonight. Kickoff Thursday as the Hall of Fame preseason game. Bears, Texans, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. You won't know one fucking player out there unless you're just a football junkie. Let me just tell you. There ain't going to be a player out there that you know who the fuck he is. It's going to be some cat trying to earn a roster spot. But guess what? Can't really earn a roster spot on kickoff no more because they took kickoff out. Can't really make a roster on onside because now you can't onside, surprisingly. So where do these guys find roster spots? Going to be an interesting question Smitty and I will talk about. Tristan Wirfs and the Bucks agree to a 5-year, $140 million extension. I'm going to make it make sense with that one later on in the show. Donald Trump asked about Kamala Harris being a DEI hire. Very interesting. Also talks about her Indian or is she black? Discussion. Taking heat in the media for that. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson throws a deep pass to Pittman, who's been fighting quite often in camp as well. And social media loses their minds that AR5 threw a guy wide open for once. Antonio Pierce seen working with Marvin Lewis and Tom Coughlin in Raiders training camp out here in Cali and Costa Mesa. All that and more. Steve Kim joins us later on. But before we begin, let's dive right into our co-host, Naptown legend, Far East Sider, 317, LeBron hairline having, Lamar Jackson loving, AR5 defending, Clark jockey, Fox Sports, Big Smitty. Welcome him in.
What's going on, y'all? It's Thursday, man. We lit. We turn it up, man. We fixed my camera because I'm too close. There we go. There.
Where's the sign behind you? Where's the sign at?
You don't see it?
What, see, I see
No,
white. It's white.
It
white.
says JB with Big Smitty. You don't see the sign right here?
Oh, it's white, I guess. Yeah.
You don't see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, I know you see it, man. What's going on, JB? What's going on, Bailey in the background? Shout out to Bailey for putting together the show. And shout out to this chat, man. My cousin Keith is in here going crazy. Gene, man, what's going on, Gene? I know we be beefing, but you still my guy, man. Jay Switch, DJ, Rhyme with the sniper. Shout out to Keandre, Alan Lopez, Matthew Byer. We going crazy, y'all. It's Thursday, Throwback Thursday. We lit.
What's Keith doing that's crazy? You say he's going crazy. What is he doing in here that's going crazy?
It's high energy. And I can tell by this right here. We can't see it on our end, but these are emojis right here. All the little Smitties, these are like some emojis next to it. So he's just showing his excitement for me being on the show. That's what I mean by say going crazy.
Keith is a DEI plug. We put him in the chat as a DEI hire. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. He's from Iowa.
Disrespect of this show. The disrespect of this show. If you're black or minority, it doesn't mean that you are a DEI hire.
Doing it, I can't understand it.
Listen, I joined this show because of my talent, my energy, my experience.
You a DEI hire?
I'm not no DEI hire. And what does that even mean?
Then he get mad. Then he get mad.
Yeah,
then he get mad.
Yeah, I get mad.
I said that shit like a month ago. This really got.
I get hot.
Why you automatically think it's like has to do with black people?
I get hot when a white person tells a minority that he's a DEI hire. I get hot about that.
But why the DEI? Why is that even a thing? I don't get it. Like
you brought it up. My side ain't saying it. My people ain't saying it. Your people. I didn't even know what saying it.
Well, you can't hire a white person as DEI.
Your skin tone is bringing it up. We ain't saying shit.
Can we be DEI?
You can be DIE hire.
I'm saying. Can I be a DEI? Can I be a DEI? Like if I go to an HBCU right now and there's no other white folks, can I coach? Is that a DEI hire?
If you want to look at it that way, but at the end of the day, you're getting hired for who you are.
I'm saying, what do you mean if I want to look at it that way? If I go to HBCU and I'm like, hey, dog, I should be the head coach here. What's cracking? Why can't I get no Smith? You hired Dion? Hey, what's up, Orlowski?
Yeah, hang with Orlowski in now. That's your crowd.
He on right now.
That's your, I know. That's your crowd. That's your people.
Orlowski's far from my people.
I'm staying on business. What's going on, y'all? I got my shirt on right now. Go to the Coach JB store right now. Buy this exact shirt right now. Cover up JB's face. Cover up JB right here. And just have me on there with Smitty on there. Team Smitty. CoachJBStore.com right now. If you Team Smitty, get your shirt. Cover up his face. Send me a picture. Put hashtag Team Smitty. We're gonna show you on the show next week.
Hey, I know how I could get hired right now at Jackson State.
How?
If I said I was a made-up human or something like that, they'd have to hire me, right? They have to, because that's what they do. They hire everybody like that. So I want to see if I change my name to Micah Brown, maybe, and then go in there and say, hey, I'm Stephanie. I'm willing to do anything you can to get you off this case. I will win this case for you. Stephanie, your new public defender. If I go in there and do Stephanie, homie, I can get the job. Let's keep it real.
Try it out.
And then you go in and film me. You take me in, film me.
I'm gonna record on my phone.
Yeah, hell yeah. I think
let's try it. Let's really try it though. Like, let's set it up.
That'll be bad. Now that might probably be a viral thing.
Yeah, it will be.
I just can't put no, pumps on, makeup. I can't do all that. So that's crazy. I had to go in like me though. That's what I don't get.
That's the norm though. You wearing pumps and shit like that. You grew up doing that. This show is so unwatchable now with Smitty acting stupid. Reaction Jackson. Hey, JB, is Reaction Jackson, is he green?
Is he black?
Well, that's not him. Is he green?
Is he green? I say, is he black? What the fuck is green mean?
No, is his name green?
I don't know.
That picture he got is Tony Yayo from G Unit. Oh, he's not green?
No. Already?
Nah.
You want to take out another black person?
Nah.
Yes, black on black crime.
Hey. Goodbye. Nah. You lame fucker. Goodbye. You can't watch this show. You can't watch.
Is he green?
Yeah.
Is he black? Smitty said, is he green? It threw me off for a loop, but I found out it ain't about skin color like Kamala.
Let's get him out of here, man. Let's get him out of here. Reaction Jackson.
He's green.
Get your ass up out of here.
Hey. She's really Indian.
Indian and black. Right, let's dive into it.
I don't know where to start. What are we doing? Oh,
look at the rundown. Motherfucker. Baby worked hard all night to put together a structured rundown.
We already did the rundown.
I don't know what's next.
We already did the rundown. I already did the rundown without you. Let's dive into the quote of the day. Brought to you by betonline.ag.
What up, man? The real Coach JB here for the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. We got a proud new sponsor, of course, for the second part of the year, and that's BetOnline. Continue to be your number one source for all basketball wagering needs, including pro and college hoops throughout the year. March Madness is here. Join us every Monday and Friday with Jeff Nadu as we will pick them and up-to-minute odds, stats, and trends. You can follow your favorite team's path to the playoffs with in-game live betting, contests, and all the best player props. Experience the world's best wagering platform anytime from your desktop to your mobile device. Head on over to BetOnline today. Become part of the team and remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for 50% off plus welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Peace.
Smitty.
What's wrong, bro? What's wrong?
Nothing. I was just eating time up while I was doing something. All right,
Okay.
you ready? Let's get this quote of the day brought to you by BetOnline.ag.
Better be good.
It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting.
Okay. I actually like that quote a lot. You didn't read it the right way, so I'm gonna have you do it again. But what you said, the substance of it was powerful. But read it again, please.
Why I didn't read it the right way?
You paused at a point in which you shouldn't have paused.
Yeah, it should have been a comma. That's why I added it with my voice.
It's the possibility of having a dream.
And then pause, come true that makes life interesting. Grammatically, that would be correct. I didn't put a comma in there. I put the comma in there in my voice.
Okay, let's try one more time, please.
Let me try again. It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. You think that's better? Nah, there's got to be a comma break right there.
Say it a little bit more like JB though. Like you saying it like a traditional white dude. Say it like Coach JB.
It's the possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting.
See, that's different. See, that's JB. I don't need the other. I don't come to this show. I'm a fan of this show, JB. I don't come to this show to listen to somebody else. Like that first voice was like Dan Orlovsky voice, or that was like another voice. Like I don't know who that was. Read the same quote. Do it in Dan Orlovsky's voice.
Smitty. It's a possibility of having a dream come true that makes life interesting. I'm a DEI hire. Contrary to belief, brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there. If you stop giving a clown attention, they will stop performing. Contrary to belief. Contrary to belief. Stop giving a clown attention, they will stop performing.
A lot of clowns in the chat.
Contrary to belief. Stop giving them attention, Smitty.
JB,
you
stop giving them attention.
That's all you do on the show, homie.
I don't give them attention. I knock them out the park immediately.
I never address the chat. Poll question, Smitty. It's an interesting one. Let's get the chat involved. Poll question. Come on over. Dive into it. This is a very interesting one because it's a topic, Smitty, that's worth debating, I think.
You think so?
I think so, because I got an interesting spin on it that I want to really add on top of the poll question. I got a question within the question on the poll question. Who starts in Pittsburgh? Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
You asking me that?
Yep.
You asking me that? Who starts the season off as the Pittsburgh Steelers QB1? Russell Wilson. He's proven.
The brother or the white boy? Who starts?
They're both black. He's proven.
Russell White.
Super Bowl champion, been to 2 Super Bowls. I did not forget what happened in Seattle and what he did in Seattle.
So you want the white guy.
I understand 2 years ago he had a horrible year, but last year.
You think white quarterbacks are better? You think white quarterbacks
to believe that this black man had a pretty solid season last year.
Russell identifies as a white guy.
I understand the situation.
Russell identifies as a white guy.
I actually believe that Russell Wilson will start this season off and will be the starter the entire year unless something crazy happens, right? And I'm a fan of Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields sitting under Russ, learning from him, being underneath Mike Thomas' guidance and more of a structured system will help improve him. So when he does get an opportunity, whether it's with Pittsburgh next year or another team down the road, it'll put him in position to succeed. But right now, I think it's really no question that it's Russell Wilson's job to lose. Well, now listen, could he lose it? Hell yeah. If he goes back to Russell from 2 years ago and Pittsburgh is losing games because of it, they're going to look at that athleticism and that speed of what you looking at? Justin Fields, and they're going to be like, hold on, man. Hey, we already losing games where we're 1-3. Russ throwing picks. He ain't looking good. Let's put the young pup out there and see what he can do. I just don't think Russ is going to play that bad to where fans are going to want him to get out of there in Pittsburgh. So that's where I'm at right now.
You think this cat is voting for Kamala or Trump?
He's not voting. He's not registered to vote. He's not right, left, nothing.
That's racist. Why?
Not racist. He's just not registered to vote.
How you know he's not registered to vote?
Because based upon his comment, bro, he come in here and just don't add no substance, nothing to the show. He didn't do anything. He came in here and said, this show trash. He's probably laughing right now like, oh, shit, they found my comment. He a honey bun eating oatmeal pie cream fucking sucking Oreo cream licking where you say the crackers for later. High, smoke weed every day. Gamer, but he's not even good at the game. Fucking used to play high school football for a little while and then quit because it was too hard and too hot at practice. Works in fucking one of those 12-hour shifts at the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, which is cool. It's cool. I got people, my family do the same shit. But I'm just describing who this cat is right now. This cat isn't the guy he's not registered to vote. He don't care about vote. He don't pay his taxes. He do schemes and stuff outside of fucking work. He got a lot of cash on him. So when I say a lot of cash, not because he's paid. That's just how you know what he's doing. He got cash on him. So his word, his comment doesn't really add value to this show at all. It doesn't mean, is his name even green?
Oh no. I was asking if he'd vote for Kamala or Trump because it seemed like he a brother and he's shitting on the brother in the show.
Now he said this show is trash. He's shitting on us.
He's been on you though, really.
He's shitting on us.
Black's more dominant gene. You said on the show, Black's dominant gene.
It is the most dominant gene. But he said this show is shitty. And then look, even Scottie Pippen. Look at Scottie Pippen. Smitty's Scottie Pippen. He got 6 rings. Smitty's IQ has to be Smitty's IQ has to seriously be low.
That's all grammatically incorrect, by the way. He has no comma, no apostrophe.
Yeah, he fucked me up. Smitty's IQ has to seriously be so low. All capital letters. I love when people purposely stutter when talking because they think it makes them sound smarter. Nah, motherfucker, I just stutter. How about that?
He just has stutter problem.
I just stutter.
Born that way. I got a lot of homies that stutter problem. That's
all I do. I just stutter.
Low blow, Scottie Pippen. It's a low blow, Scotty. Michael Jordan called you out, Scotty, a couple times.
Right.
And you was getting ran through by your girl's man, homie, or something. It's a weird, like, little dynamic. You was fucking your girl, Jordan's daughter's wife, and his wife, your girl, and then your girl. Your son was getting fucked over by Jordan's mama. A lot of shit was going on with you and the Jordan family, homie. So I don't know. I'm just telling you, there's a lot going on in this right here. This right here is like, I don't know. Is he white or black? He white or black?
He a white dude. Team Smitty, handle that for me in the chat. Team Smitty, handle that. Give Scottie Pippen hell. I'm gonna start sending my people on people now. I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna send my people on them. Scottie Pippen, you got one more time. And you know what's next. I'm not fucking around with these motherfuckers like that. If you ain't adding value to my life, you ain't bringing no money, you ain't doing nothing but throwing negative energy, you out of here. You out of here. You come on, bro. Now, if you green, you got some leverage.
Hey, somebody came at me on Instagram, said why I blocked G Wizzy.
Damn, that is because G Wizzy was green, though, JB, and that was my guy.
Shit, hey, can't be a troll and just say the same shit over and over and over and over. I mean, fucking up my chat. You troll. What is that called? Spam in the chat or something?
Yeah, he literally kept putting the same thing like 13. I was like, damn, I saw it too. I tried to ignore it, but he just kept doing it.
By the way, though, he's done that multiple days. He got a lot of passes. He got a lot of passes. All right, Smitty, let me give you a little take on this Pittsburgh Steelers thing real quick. So Russell Wilson, I'm a fan of. I thought he was top 10 quarterback last year.
You a fan?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I thought he had a top 10 quarterback overall performance last year in a league where we kind of say it's down at the quarterback position. I thought he was top 10 for sure in all categories. I thought he was efficient at the end. I think he did that with a bad roster, bad team, bad dynamic in that locker room. Having said that, Super Bowl winning quarterback, gone to 2. I thought Russell Wilson at the time of his height was shit, man. Arguably could have been argued that playing the best than of anybody in the NFL at a height mark of his career. I'm a Russell Wilson fan. Having said that, what do the two do individually that would separate them and put one on the starting pedestal and one below him? That's my question to you. Russell Wilson is a pocket guy now who ad-libs with his feet, still athletic, but not going to run around and make plays with his feet like he once did. Justin Fields is a dynamic quarterback, probably as one of the most dynamic in the football in NFL. So, but he struggles with the passing abilities, reading coverage, etc. that we've seen on a bad roster for 3 years, and I thought I've given Justin a pass. Love the kid to death as well. Russell Wilson at this stage in his career, I question, does he do any one thing better than Justin Fields? And that is another question on top of the question that we have in the poll right now. Does Russell Wilson do any one thing better than Justin?
Yes.
I'll answer that question with this question to you. I couldn't answer that. I don't know right now. But I do know that Justin does something better than Russell. That is the question, Smitty. Justin can do more things right now than Russell at this stage in his career. Russell can't do anything better than Justin at this stage in his career. So, go ahead.
True. Maybe. Kind of. But it's like what me and you discussed the other day. I think I called you a Renaissance man. I was saying in a complimentary way, you kind of like shied away from it because you was like, well, that means I'm not a master in any one thing, though. Like I know a little bit about a lot, right? So my reason why I bring that up is Justin Fields might be better in more things, but to me, Russell Wilson is best or better in the main thing, which at the end of the day, you always tell me, playing quarterback, you got to throw the damn ball. At the end of the day, running all that stuff is cool. It's part of it. It's dynamic. You make some big plays. But at the end of the day, you got to have the ability to throw the ball, throw the dig route, read coverages, throw the ball on time. And Russell Wilson still does that better than Justin Fields today. Let's not forget, last year, Russell Wilson was 26 touchdowns to 8 picks, over 3,000 passing yards. Pretty solid season, and didn't even finish the season because they benched him because they knew they were trying to trade him at the end of the year. They didn't want him to get hurt. So until Justin Fields goes out there and shows me something different on that front, to me, there's no conversation. Russell Wilson is still better than Justin Fields in the main thing, which is throwing the football.
Well, you know that I'm a Russell Wilson guy, so I'm not even going to debate that Justin's even close to Russell, in my opinion. Russell Wilson's still top 5 deep ball thrower in the NFL right now today.
You think
now,
so?
I know. So having said that, here's one thing Russell does that Justin can't do. Russell doesn't turn the football over very often. Justin does, because he's loosey-goosey with the ball. Ball security is job security in the NFL, number one. Justin, though, I equate it back to a Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold, these other guys. You tired?
Your take just is bullshit, so it just made me yawn.
Justin hasn't had an opportunity to be around a legitimate coach that knows how to win, a legitimate O-line that runs the football consistently, and a defense that gets you the ball back. Either one of these guys can thrive in that scenario, in my opinion. Now, Justin's got 3 years under his belt now. He's no longer an excuse maker. You cannot make an excuse for him either on the other side. He has to shit or get off the pot now, and there's no excuses. This is year 4 for him. He's now considered a veteran. Russell is a seasoned veteran and Super Bowl winning quarterback. Arguably, we can sit here and talk, does he belong in the Hall of Fame when his career ends? That's where he's at right now. So I'm a Russell Wilson guy, but I do believe they're going to use both, and I think it's going to end up, unfortunately, as a shit show. And that's the problem I have, because they're not as talented as Baltimore and they're not as talented as Cincinnati when we look at the roster from top to bottom. Pittsburgh still lacks a receiver outside, in my opinion. They still lack a few pieces. Of course, we like Patrick Queen going over there. Our boy's going to be on the show this year. Some other people that we like that they've gotten. Mike Tomlin, we can argue. Him and Harbaugh are a wash as far as they cancel each other out, in my opinion. And now the Bengals are the team that you have to look at. Is Joe Burrow healthy? Are they the cream of the crop team in that division? That's all I'm saying. Pittsburgh right now, you would have to look at them and say they're probably the fourth best roster in their division. Behind Cleveland, Baltimore, and Cincinnati. Let's be honest. That's probably the fourth best roster in the division.
I agree.
So what quarterback, whoever starts off slow, Smitty, and they start off 0-2. Now there's already rumblings, and that is why I do not like this situation. By having two, you really have not one, because you're going to automatically already on this show, we're going to come out, Smitty, on day 2, game week 3, and we're going to be like, do they go to Justin Fields this week? They're 0-2, and that shit is resonating in the locker room that Russell has to deal with or Justin has to deal with. And now I'm looking over my shoulder, and I'm about to get pulled. Not a great look. This is why you don't have quarterback competitions in the NFL, Smitty. Name me another quarterback competition that we're discussing today in the NFL. You don't have one. You don't discuss them every year. The only discussion you really have is, can Bryce Young, is he going to start? Or do they start Andy Dalton? 3 years ago, Justin Fields. All right, we're going to start Andy Dalton for a minute, get Justin a little bit of, experience, but then we'll put him right in. Those are the scenarios with rookies, right? If you're not really other than a rookie, there's really no quarterback controversies in this NFL league. You know why? Because of that fact that I just mentioned. You don't want guys looking over his shoulder. And give me a take on that.
I hear you. I guess my main argument, though, is I don't think there is a quarterback controversy, though, JB, in Pittsburgh. It's been clear that it's Russell Wilson's job. I think even when they first acquired Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, that Tomlin made it clear that this is Russell Wilson's job for now. Now, listen, he's on a 1-year deal, so I'm not saying some long-term situation, but for this year, unless Russell Wilson goes out there and just plays horrible, which I just don't see, or gets hurt, obviously, that's a different scenario. There's no truth. They're not competing right now. That's Russell Wilson's job.
He's missed 5 days of practice. Now, if you don't think that matters at this age for him, I'm saying let's not talk about like if it's Aaron Rodgers at 29. I'm talking about Russell Wilson pushing 36. If you don't think it matters missing 5 practices in this thing, when you have a jersey swap era locker room where cats is like they can go either way. They can go Justin Fields side and start pushing it like, oh man, we need Justin. Let's go, man. Russell's hurt or whatever. Or you go, they got Russell's side guys. We already know Russell's dynamic in the locker room is not very keen with players. A lot of people don't, like a lot of shit he says and does. So a lot of weird vibes, people say, cringe vibes. What side are those players on in that locker room?
But those players also watch the tape.
That's another thing you got to think about nowadays, homie.
They also watch the tape, though, too. And, again, I'm a Justin Fields fan. I think he has promise. But as of where we stand right now, Justin Fields has not shown us that he should be the QB1 of Russell Wilson. He has not shown us that he's a starting quarterback right now. Skill set, sure. But the actual play itself, the actual performance itself, and the consistency of a performance, no. He's had games where he went out there and thrown multiple touchdowns, 1 pick. You're like, okay, this guy, he might be good. But he's had way more games where it's his 3-4 turnovers in a game where he's literally losing the game because of picks. Can I reading the open man. It's too many of those. Like we got the tape. We've seen it.
Yeah, let me give you a scenario real quick that's gonna really implode this roster and possibly any Steeler fan out there. I apologize in advance, even though I'm not apologizing really. I'm just trolling y'all. But listen, I'm apologizing in advance. Your schedule from November 17th, and there's no easy games in the NFL, but from November 17th through December 25th, Christmas game day that you guys host, is by far the most brutal schedule in the NFL.
Who they got, JB?
November 17th, they got the Ravens. Timeout. 4 days later, not a week later. November 17th, they got the Ravens, Smitty. November 21st, they got the Browns.
Ooh, physical.
But just listen to this schedule. A week later, they got the Bengals. A week later, they got the Browns again. A week later, they got the Eagles. Then they got the Ravens again.
Fuck!
And then, Smitty, Christmas Day, they got the Chiefs.
I just want to pray right now. Everybody bow your heads.
Everybody bow your head, please. Steelers Nation. Go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, Steelers Nation, Mike Tomlin, team, Russell Wilson, everybody. Just want to send a prayer out for you guys right now for this season, for the schedule you have ahead of you. Based upon the games that JB just listed, you got Ravens, you got Browns 4 days later.
Baby Jesus.
You got the Bengals, got the Browns again.
Please, baby Jesus.
Got the Ravens, the Chiefs. That's a brutal schedule. And I can see you losing every single one of those games. To JB's point, I can see Justin Fields finding a way to become the starter because of this treacherous season. I pray that your players stay healthy. The coach keeps his job. All the coaches keeps their job. And that football can still be played in Pittsburgh because that's a treacherous schedule. And I just don't see it going in the way of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Lord God. So we thank you for another season. We thank you for the Hall of Fame game today. And we just pray for Pittsburgh and Steelers Nation. In Jesus' name, pray, amen.
Baby Jesus. Amen. There's a game tonight?
Tonight, football's back.
CJ
Stroud versus Caleb Williams.
No, it's not. I'd probably watch it.
I'm definitely watching it. It's football. I don't care. It's football.
I would watch it if Caleb Williams played because I want to see what the hype's about. But he's not even playing. So why would I watch this game? Is CJ playing?
Nah, he ain't playing.
Because of course not. Why should he? He played all his preseason games last year as a rookie. He did his dirt. He's like, hey, I did my thing. Why is this guy different right here? Why is this guy Caleb different?
They say Caleb's gonna be way better than CJ. That's what they say.
Asinine.
That's what they say.
They are absolute quarterback killers. They kill young talent every year. They are absolute fucking team destroyers. Smitty, what I mean they is mainstream media that puts this pressure on these kids at an all-time high when they come out of these colleges that really don't listen. Caleb Williams is used to going like this. Set, hike. That over here, when I did this video, was they looked at a card, they got the play, everybody saw it. Caleb really didn't say shit. He claps his hands, they clap the tackle, they hike the football. This league, I think he was under center a total of 90 times in his USC career. He's going to be under center 90 times in the first 2 weeks in the NFL.
Explain that big difference from a quarterback perspective, because like us casuals or guys who didn't play quarterback, what's the difference from that?
Changes everything. His back's going to be to the defense much more often than it was in college. In college, you get the ball in the shotgun. I'm staring you down the whole time. I'm this way the whole time. Under center, 90 times, I'm under center, and guess what I got to do? I got to reverse out now. My back is to you now a lot more often. Now I got to fucking find the coverage in the defense. Pass rush is coming while my back is to you. Then I got to pull up. Now I got to climb the pocket. Now I'm reading cover. I'm seeing coverage. Everything changes. So now I'm going to go from card, blah, 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 clap to, hey, zip right gun, orange, zap, mic ID, kill, 32 is check, boot. Ready? Break. Now, holy fuck, I just had more verbiage in that one fucking play that I have in my entire career at USC. And you think he's going to be successful right now. Now, here's the problem I have, Smitty. I've lost so much weight, these shorts are falling and shit.
Be careful. There's AEs in here watching.
Hey, here's the difference, Smitty. The media, they have literally said that he will be better than C.J. Stroud. Do we know that C.J. Stroud possibly had the greatest rookie season of all time last year? How are you saying that this guy who's never even played in his last bowl game in college is going to be better than this guy, C.J. Stroud, who threw for 4,000 yards last year, led a team that's been so bad to the playoffs to play the MVP Lamar Jackson Ravens, and now we're going to put this guy in the same fucking category already? Make it make sense. The closest thing this guy is to C.J. Stroud is that he's the same light-skinned brother.
And speaking of make it make sense, I think that's the perfect segue to our Make It Make Sense segment, which is brought to you by Winnable, Prize Picks, and Bet Online.
Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house.
Without a doubt. JB, man, make it make sense. What's on your mind? Let us know right now.
It's a make it make sense. That's a positive one, but I'm going to make it make sense. So this will be positive for me. You guys will probably look at it as negative. All right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs have reached agreement on a 5-year, $140 million contract. Smitty's going to cater to it. He's going to be happy about it. Of course he is. He's a positive person in the room. I'm going to make it make sense. It makes him the highest paid offensive lineman in NFL history. This is a guy, by the way, who tapped out just a few many games ago. If you guys don't remember, he had mental health and all this shit. Sources told ESPN's Adam Schefter Thursday that the deal includes $88 million guaranteed. Wirfs is a 3-time Pro Bowler. Positive. He's a 25-year-old. Huge positive. He's young. This was his final year of his rookie contract that was paying him about $18 million a year. He now is contractually tied to Tampa Bay through 2029, Smitty, about 5 seasons away. His $28 million salary passes the $28 million per year that the Detroit Lions paid Penny Sewell that he received in April, making this guy at $28.1 million, $100,000 more than Penny Sewell in April. Make it make sense. This is a guy who had been kept out of team padded periods of practice for precautionary reasons, Smitty. I've never heard of that shit. Hey, Smitty, don't go an inside run, but you can go and do board drills. Smitty, hold on. Don't do team. Can't protect the quarterback in team. But make sure you go over there and kick step in 7-on-7. We're protecting these dudes that we just paid $140 million to from keeping them out of certain drills that's going to allow him to have contact in an NFL game that he's going to have to face a speed rusher, Myles Garrett, and protect the QB. Make it make sense. Todd Bowles said earlier this week that both sides were in negotiating good faith. And this is the second $100 million deal the Buccaneers have given out this season, Smitty, this offseason. They gave Baker Mayfield a $100 million deal, and they also gave Antoine Winfield an $84 million deal, making him the highest paid safety in NFL history. And then Mike Evans, I believe, signed a 2-year, $40 million deal. The Buccaneers are throwing cheese around left and right, but make it make sense. Tristan Wirfs was a first-team All-Pro 2 years ago, Smitty. He was a second-team All-Pro last year.
Hard to do.
In 22. Again, we're paying players off of what projection we think they're going to give us, not actually what they've done. That is what I say make it make sense. We talked about it with the quarterback position every day on the show. We talk about it every single day. We're paying it off projection instead of actually production. That is the issue I have. Make it make sense. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Smitty, go ahead and take that before we take a break.
I have no problem with this man getting paid. He's earned it. You actually, to me, giving him credit. You said 2 years ago he was a first-team All-Pro. Last year he was second team all pro.
That's what
He's an all pro. That means I'm one of the best in my position. Point blank.
It should have been flipped though. You get what I'm saying? He should have been first team last year. Should have been first team last year to get this money, not second team.
I get it, but but we're being nitpicky, man. If this guy goes throughout his career alternating between first and second team all pro, we're gonna look at him like, damn, this guy has been an all pro offensive lineman for 7 years straight. We're gonna just look
at Max Hess, when he taps out for mental health again, you gonna give him an excuse too, homie? What, you gonna be his number one excuse maker, Max Hess? When the motherfucker taps out, you just gave him 140 and he don't want to play because he got mental health issues. You gonna still call him top 3, homie? Make it make sense, man.
Max makes a good point. Like,
make excuses for everybody in this.
Well, I don't know what the first comment he said, but he made another good point though. He's like, this ain't no projection. This is like actual.
Can you make up the projection about it? Remember he tapped out though? Remember he tapped out and didn't want to play? Just throwing it out there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's not talented. I didn't even bash him into make it make sense. I actually thought that was pretty damn positive.
All I'm saying, you don't win.
I'm saying is he's not.
You're not an all pro 2 years in a row for sitting out and tapping out. So I don't know what happened with that situation.
We pay guys.
I don't know.
Yeah, we pay him a projection though. Let's be real. I'm not saying it's wrong.
He's not getting paid off projection. Okay, you can say like a guy like Jordan Love is paid off projection. He had one really great season and that's it. But this guy has consistently played well. He's a 2-time All-Pro. Ain't no projection. We know now. He's an All-Pro, which means he's one of the best players at his position year in and year out. That's what it is. So it's a combination of projection and also what have you done for me? I have been an All-Pro for 2 years straight. Point blank period. So if I'm one of the best in my position, right, D Jones, like even when he's trying to be nice, he can't. It's like it's not in him. It's not in him to just like be positive. It's crazy as hell. Like it makes no sense, D Jones. You hit the ball right on the head. But listen, man, shout out to Tristan Wirfs.
Shut up, cornhole. I don't like you either.
Shout out to Tristan Wirfs. If you're in the mix of being the best player at your position, is in the conversation, then when it's your time to get paid, you will reset the market. That's what it is.
He just did.
Tristan is elite. Ah, Lord Jesus.
He went to Minnesota, didn't he?
Row.
Oh, your boat gently down a stream. Merry, 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 merry. Life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Life is but a dream. Tristan Wirfs went to Minnesota because he was elite.
With the Iowa.
He had to tell everybody he was fucking elite. He used to look at Big Keith's titties in Iowa and choke the fuck out of them. Merrily, 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 merrily. He was the second brother in Iowa next to Big Titty Keith. Big Titty Keith was the one brother in Iowa. Then Tristan Wirfs came over and took Big Keith's all his praise. Why is that so funny to me? I wasn't even being funny either. Like, fuck. God damn. Well, we got another dick writer. Johnny Sned.
Bring him in. It's Thursday.
Wait, no picture.
No kizzy.
If you don't got a picture, we can't break you down. You're just a bitch-made bitch. So
just block him, man.
I don't even want to give him a hey. We don't even need to give him.
Just block him normal, then. Yeah.
What's blocking him normal?
Like we don't even say nothing. We just do it. Like nobody even knows. I'm on a blocking spree. I'm the Kimbe Mutombo. I'm Smitty Mutombo.
I got a rant later on, Bailey. We got to do this rant soon because I'm a hot right now. We're gonna do that rant. And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into that no Diddy rant that we're gonna get into later on, Smitty. I'm just throwing that out. It's gonna be after later on, right before Steve Kim hops on. We're gonna do a rant for your ass, Smitty.
It's gonna be fire.
Pause.
Is it gonna be fire?
I don't know what that means.
Is it gonna be fire? It's gonna be a good rant. It's gonna be a powerful, explosive rant.
Now, give it to me in white terms.
Is the rant going to change the narrative?
The fuck? How is that white? That is not fucking white terms. That is not white terms. I would have been like,
You white, you tell me.
Is your rant going to be exciting? Is it going to get people off on their toes? Is it going to get people out of their seats, JB? Or is your rant going to absolutely break the internet? Motherfucker tell me all that. You're going to break the internet. What the fuck does that mean? Break the internet. You fucking corny weirdo fuck.
It's like what my Instagram been doing. I've been breaking the internet last few weeks. Just keep going viral. I don't know what it is.
What are you doing?
Just being me.
What are you doing though?
I'm just reacting to different things that are on my mind. LA topics, whether it's traffic, whether it's can you play Drake music out here? I'm just asking the world questions and making opinions about certain things. 1 minute selfie style videos, and I continue to go viral. So just being me. People like to see me, who I am. So, but right now, though, JB, I need to get up and stretch. My back is hurting right now. I'm in some pain. So I'm gonna make Bailey take it to a commercial. We're gonna come back. We actually gonna do your rant before Steve Kim. So make sure you do your push-ups, drink your 5-hour energy, and you come back and you're prepared. Okay, you're out of here. Block them, Bailey. We'll be back after this commercial break. And hey, we got a loaded show for you. Loaded show with way more topics. So don't you go nowhere. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
I don't know if you've seen it, but in Seattle has something going on with the judicial department.
Let me check on that.
So we were talking May 6th, 8:45?
Yeah.
That works for me.
All right.
Do I need to sign anything?
No.
Just out here. My comment about my client?
Yeah.
I just met her. She's really nice. She's really smart. She sounds like she's got the right idea about things. I really support what she's up to, and I think it's fabulous. How about that?
God, she's accused of, what is it, criminal trespass?
In the first degree, yes.
Is she innocent or guilty?
She's innocent, of course.
She's innocent, okay. Well, she's caught on video being arrested and protesting and allegedly protesting. So I'm trying to get all sides. So
My client has pled not guilty. My name is Stephanie Mueller. I'm in the directory for the Washington State Bar Association.
Its name is Stephanie.
What was her voice? What was her voice so deep?
Its name is Stephanie. This is why women cannot coach men in the NBA, Smitty. This is what you have to understand is what's coming down the pipe, Smitty. This is why the women cannot be the head coach. Let me retract my statement. Women can coach in the NBA, and I think they should. They're very capable. I don't believe a woman should be a head coach of men in any sport because of situations like this. The delusion is flooding our brains. The delusion is flooding our brains. Did you drink? Are you okay? Because you had a lot of drink there. The delusion is flooding our brains. Did you see that motherfucker's nipples? Motherfuckers was hard as shit.
Bro got triple Z's.
But look how the nipple just poking out like it's like a laser beam.
Like it can shoot out of him.
There's no way I could call that thing Stephanie.
If she put her hands on you, like what would you do?
I choke the shit out of it. I'm just saying, dog. Like, imagine Smitty, real shit. Like I've been falsely accused of things, right? I'm sure we all have. But legality-wise, criminally, I've been accused falsely. Mm-hmm. And I had to say, fuck no, I ain't pleading to shit that I didn't do, which I did. And, of course, I won. Clearly, no issue. Here's the problem I have. Imagine come out of court and that motherfucker greets you as your public defender. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Well, my name is Stephanie, and I'm here to get you off all fucking charges. Are you ready to? Are you ready to fight this good fight? Motherfucking titties is out in your face. Motherfucker got titties and nipples.
Hey, my name is Stephanie. I'm ready to fight the good fight. Are you? I'm also ready to fucking club the fucking offensive tackle and put that motherfucker in the QB's lap. Are you ready to...
Why you sound like a superhero? Watch your voice sound like a superhero.
Did you hear that motherfucker? Homie, did you hear the fucking voice? I mean, it's unbelievable. Just reenact this with me. Like I'm walking out, okay? I just got fucking horrible news. Jason Brown, please stand. Yes, Your Honor. We are charging you with the felony accusations of ABCD. How do you plead? Not guilty, Your Honor. Please be your arraignment will be set for February 21st. Please go outside, meet with your public defender as what is it? She is awaiting you. Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Okay, I'm gonna walk out. Bailey, cue it up. Bailey, show what I'm walking out to. I'm walking out to court. I'm walking out to meet my fucking public defender. And what is your name, sir?
She sounds like she's got the right idea about things. I really support.
Excuse me? What? 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 Judge, convict me now! Please take me to jail!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pound that like, subscribe, become a member if you're not one. Let's dive right into it, though. We got a lot to discuss here. On this Truth-Telling Thursday, pound the like. Head on over to CoachJBStore.com. Get you some new merch. You know, I got them Trump T-shirts. I got them Trump shirts. Smitty got them Kamala Harris shirts. All on CoachJBStore.com. Head on over there. What is that?
Little protein shake.
For what? You're not working out, homie.
I'm on this show. I'm kicking your ass.
But like you don't take that no more. Like that's just gonna get you fat now. You don't work out. You don't just eat protein drinks.
I do work out heavily.
You do work out what?
Heavily.
How? What's heavily? Give me a breakdown right now. Give me your whole set rep. I want interval, set, rep, and then I want what you do as an auxiliary lift in between. Break it down. So anybody out here that don't know, I got a couple masters in kinesiology. Of course, I coach. I want interval, meaning the time in between set and rep. I want the auxiliary in between the actual lift, the core lift. And then I want the actual sets and reps. And then I want to know what is the percentage of your max today that you're going to be working on. So, for instance, everybody out there, if we're going to do bench today and work chest, I want to know Smitty's one max rep. I want to put it into the system. One max rep is, let's say Smitty benches 315 max one time. That's all you could probably do. We're going to put Smitty's one max rep as 315. Then we're going to do a workout based on that percentage today. Let's just say we're going to do 4 sets of 6. Okay, letting everybody know. And then I want to know the percentage of the 4 sets of 6 that he has to do. So, Smitty, of your one max rep percentage, what are you doing today? 4 sets, 6 of?
So my one rep max probably today is 405. So of that, 4 sets of 6, I will do 4 sets of 6 of 275. So 275, help me out, JB. What's the percentage of that? 275 or 405? What's that percentage?
Shit, probably about 70. I would say, I don't know, about 60.
It's probably like 65, probably.
Something like that, yeah.
Let's call it 65. So I'll do 65% of my max for 4 sets of 6. We'll do a 45-second rest in between each set.
We don't do rest. We don't do rest. We do an auxiliary lift in between. So you're gonna do 4 sets of 6 of 65% of your max rep. Yep. You can do 4 sets of 6 of 275. Okay,
so we're super
I want you to get off the bench fast.
And then do what? Rolls?
We're going to work cardio. So you got to get off the bench fast. And what are you going to go to? Explosive push-ups?
Right, rolls.
Rows. All right. It works totally different parts, counterproductive, but all right.
No, it's perfect. It's chest and back. If you're going to superset it, that's how you want to do it. If you do the front, you want to do the back. You do quads, you do hamstrings.
I'd have you, if I was coach, I'd have you jump off the bench fast right to an explosive push-up. So we're gonna do 7 explosive push-ups because you're doing 4 sets of 6. You're gonna come right up, pow, pop, and clap push-up, boom, explosive.
Easy.
Fast switch. You got to get fast switch. Boom, 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 and then I'll go. So it gives you your rest. I'll go 4 sets of 6, 285 because I'm stronger than you. And then, boom, you're back on it.
Easy.
4 sets of 6.
What's next?
Then we'll do medicine ball throws.
Okay.
So we'll do medicine ball throws. We'll do in between as a
which one? Are we doing the one like from the side off the?
No, we're gonna throw them down to the ground, explosive. Yeah. Boom. 4 sets of 6. Boom.
On your toes. On your toes.
Yeah.
All right, I got that.
Yeah, we'll do that. So anyway,
up next, Donald Trump asked about Kamala Harris as a DEI hire. Asked about her fucking race, all types of shit at the NABJ conference yesterday. It was viral all over social media. If you haven't heard it, take a listen.
Your own supporters, including Republicans on Capitol Hill, have labeled Vice President Kamala Harris, who is the first Black and Asian American woman to serve as vice president and be on a major party ticket, as a DEI hire. Is that acceptable language to you? And will you tell those Republicans and those supporters to stop it?
How do you define DEI? Go ahead. How do you define
diversity, equity, inclusion?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Is that what your definition?
That is
give me a
literally
definition
the words
then. Would you give me a definition
DEI.
of that? Give me a definition.
Sir, I'm asking you a question, a very direct question.
Define it for me if you
I just defined it, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a Black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much, and she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was Black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn Black, and now she wants to be known as Black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she Black?
She is always identified as a Black woman. She went to a historically Black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a Black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that she is...
I think somebody should look into that, too, when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some Republicans
really don't
have
know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some, and there
I didn't know this was on the docket, so
I didn't either. It kind of snuck up on us a little bit. I thought you had your rant next. Bailey threw a fucking bite. Call of Duty took the fucking grenade off, threw it, and ran.
So here let me speak as a non-Black person in the room, as a white person from the hood that has a Black daughter, real quick. I want to kind of throw this out there. I want to throw the lob up to Smitty in a positive manner. It's always going to be discussed and debated, and we're going to be scrutinized. However, Smitty and I's take is going to be on this particular topic. Smitty's a Black man who's had his own thoughts on how Black people are treated in this country, rightfully so. Let me be clearly honest here, how I say this. I'm going to be on the other side of the fence that the older person now, at age 30, I'd probably think more like Smitty would. Just FYI. At 48, though, I see things and I see the bullshit and I start to call shit out as it is. And Smitty will get there eventually as well. That's what I want the chat to understand. There's people that have to grow in this world, and it comes through experience and age and hands-on experience. A lot of you guys out here don't understand that, first of all. So you automatically critique, criticize, and belittle people that have a different opinion than you do. Number one. Number two, I've seen the history and the experience that I have. She's never been pro-Black until she is now. That's just a fact that my experience shows me. Smitty sees a black woman and is going to automatically trigger that. Rightfully so, as he should probably because of what his people have gone through. So other than rumbling, I want to make sure I defend this on both sides because it is the real shit and it's a real show and the realest show on planet Earth. That is what I wanted to start the show off on this topic with. Now, having said that, I think that's one of the more eloquently stated debates Trump has ever said and ever had. And I'm actually impressed that he sounds better now than he did 4 years ago when he was the president. That's just being honest. And to Smitty's point, maybe it's because he has the 4 years of experience in the Oval Office. To my point again, experience matters. Now, having said that, she is fact. These are just some facts. She's incarcerated more black people than any person in the White House, period, ever. That's number one. Number two, I don't know how that sits well with black folks that think she's a black woman and calls herself a black woman. We can't call her a black woman, in my opinion, as a black man, that I'm not. I'm not a black man, so I can't discuss it. Smitty will. But I don't know how you call her a black woman that someone sits there and claims she's not black for years, and then all of a sudden now she's black because she's on the nominee ballot. That's the part that I don't like. If she was black from gate and said she's black and she's pro-black and she's about helping blacks in jail, and et cetera, it'd be a different ballgame right now. She'd probably have a real shot at this thing. But the real folks out there, the brothers out there that I know see this and see through the bullshit have called her out on it. And I think experience will end up showing that I've seen this party before. I've seen her go through this. She's not who she says she is today as the nominee that she was 4 years ago. And the fact of the matter, she hasn't done anything, Smitty, in office. So she had a vote of no confidence 4 years ago. She was pulled out of the nominee ballot because she had 0 votes. She had no confidence from her party, Democratic Party. And now all of a sudden, seemingly overnight, she's become an overnight sensation based on the narratives being pushed out there by certain agenda pushers. And that's a full roundabout context that I wanted to give fairly to Smitty, fairly to everybody that's going to automatically talk shit to me, talk shit to Smitty, just because we have different opinions and viewpoints on this. Now, from a black man standpoint, seeing a black woman, Smitty, go ahead and take over.
Yeah, and I thought you said that. That's one of your best takes, I think, in terms of on this particular topic. I guess for me, just when I hear comments like that, I just don't hear. I don't hear substance. And what I want from this political, this entire race on both sides, I want to hear substance. I'm just tired of hearing all like the petty jabs and the childishness from both sides. You know, Kamala had like she spoke to Atlanta the other day and she made some like reference to Quavo the rapper, you know, obviously trying to appease to the Atlanta audience, and you know everybody cheered and all that, and that was cool. But at the end of the day, like all that's fine and dandy. I need substance. So going back to Trump's comments, like obviously he's trying to like be funny and joke and all that. And is she black? Is she any? I don't know. I just found out she was black. I don't know. All right, cool. Some people probably think it's funny. Some people think whatever. A lot of people think it's disrespectful. And I just think if I was a part of his PR team, I wouldn't have advised him to make that comments in that setting. You're around nothing but black people at the NABJ. Like, this is people from Fox and ESPN and all media platforms, sports side, news side, whatever. They go here and they network. They do different like competitions, media competitions. They break bread with each other. Like it's nothing but black people there. And for you to make that comment in that setting, I just think wasn't a smart move. And I think it comes off as disrespect. When, sure, to your point, JB, I've seen videos of Kamala just kind of claiming her Indian side, right? Like saying I'm Indian. Okay, that is true, though. She's Indian and she's Jamaican, which is black. If you look at the history of Jamaica and who lives there, if you're been to Jamaica, anybody in the chat, those are black people. That's what it is. So whether she's walking around yelling out to the world that she's black every single day or not, that's what she is.
Smitty,
So
before you,
regardless.
As you keep cooking, I want to make sure, I want to ask you a question in between your take. I see black men in the chat, and I just want to ask your perspective. You're 30 years old, and I know you and I debate on this all the time, and I go back and forth. Age will never be agreed on. I think there's separation in experience. This man says, I'm black, and that wasn't disrespectful because I know the truth about that evil witch. Then Latrell, who's a big-time Smitty fan, said, Smitty, something can't be disrespectful if it's fact or truth. I want to ask you, do you see, though, more and more black folks actually looking up, digging deep, and diving into Kamala's history and saying, this lady's actually done a lot of my folks wrong? Because I got homies that she's put in jail, and I've talked to many people that say she wasn't talking that pro-black shit then. Do you look at it as, all right, maybe there are some experiences that I haven't yet reached that I will reach in 4, 8, 10 years from now and look back and say, fuck, man, I didn't do a deep dive on this?
No, I don't, because so I respect what you're saying about the experience. And of course, mind shifts with experience, with experience. And as you get older, you care about certain things differently than you cared about before, things like that. But you're assuming that in 10, 15, 20 years, I'm going to shift my mindset to be just like JB, and that JB's mindset is the right mindset, and that
I hope not.
Me at 30 is the wrong mindset just because I'm ignorant to the information, or I'm just young. What I'm saying is,
I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be an independent thinker like you are.
Right, but I'm saying there's a chance too in 10, 15 years with more experience, with more age, with more knowledge, that I'll still think a certain way that may not align with you, which is what I've always tried to voice when we're having comments, we're having discussions in our group chat, is that the reason why this political stuff is so divisive is because I don't care who goes into office, right, left, black, white, fat, skinny, woman, man. There's not one solution for all. There's not like a one shoe, one size fits all type of situation. Why? Because we all have different backgrounds. We all have different experiences. We all have different things that are important to us that are not important to the other side. There's things that I'm going through in my life that won't matter to JB at all. There's things that JB's going through with as a homeowner, as an older man, tax stuff, things like that affects him, don't affect me. There's certain things that I care about as far as, when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to kids. So I'm saying on both sides, I'm saying there's things that are important to some people that are not important to other people because of how their lifestyle is and what they are. So it will always be divisive, because no matter what, what's the solution? To me, there's no actual solution. There's not one person who can come in here and make everybody happy. It's impossible.
Let me ask you this. If you're a voter and you're voting for it, let's not even talk black, white, male, female. Let's just talk about a person that goes into a hostile environment, as Trump just did there, and answers questions that were thrown at him. Mm-hmm. He didn't ask himself those questions, Smitty. Let's just be honest here. He answered the question that was asked of him in a very hostile environment. My question to you is, wouldn't you rather have a person that leads the country that is down to go against the enemy and look at him in the eye and answer the question truthfully than a guy or a person, a woman, a person of any, I don't matter what color you are, that avoids the hostile environment? I have yet to see this woman, Kamala, as a VP or any other sitting judicial person or administrator, ever go into a hostile environment and address that crowd yet to do it. And I bet you dollars to dimes she won't do it. And we're mad or discussing Trump today in a manner because of the question that he was asked, and then he answered the question, and we're mad at him because he truthfully said what was on his mind in a hostile environment. You have to give the person credit for that, whether it's white, black, or different.
I give him credit for showing up, for sure. I respect that. It takes courage to be able to show up in an environment, but I also understand that it's politics. And I talked to you and Ben about this in the chat. Trump knows if he obtains a large portion of the black vote, he's going to win. Point blank. Period. The white male the white male is voting for Trump. That's not even. It's a waste of time.
Not really. To go there. See, I don't agree totally with that because the left liberal LGBTQ white man is straight up a leftist, far left, and the gay white male, who's a ton of them out there, is not voting Trump. Bro.
But majority is still like majority is not them though.
Majority. You know why Trump is I don't mean attacking in a negative way. Attacking the black population, meaning going to get them as an ally. Yeah. The reason Trump is going, and I'm just trying to give context and a little history. The reason Trump is going at the black population for votes is political. I agree with you. That's how these two guys are.
They're smart.
But there's a reason, Smitty, because the left and the liberals and the Democrats have used the black vote they lack to bring in illegals to replace the black vote. So Trump has to counter that by getting black Americans on board to counter the illegals that have come into this country that is going to vote to replace the black vote that we're losing. And that is actually a fact, and that's what we're seeing. I don't know if you've seen the videos I put in our group chat today. San Diego, cats is dropping them off on jet skis right there by E-Dub, where Eric Weddle's house. And cats are going crazy. What are we doing here? The question I have, Smitty, is this. We're countering one side to another, and it's both political. I agree with you. One's going to push this. One's going to push this. We're mad at Trump for addressing a question that was asked, but we're excited and endorsing Kamala because the culture says I can have Megan Thee Stallion come out and twerk. And we're cool with that.
I'm not cool with that.
I know you're not. I know you're not. Yeah. And that's what people in the chat don't realize. You're actually independent. You see things. You're like, I'm not cool with this. This is a bad look.
It's a time and place for everything. That's not the time and the place to be having Megan Thee Stallion come out there. That's a bad look in my opinion.
And that to me reeks of fake. It reeks fake to me because you haven't been talking about culture this whole time. For 4 years. Now all of a sudden the culture is Megan Thee Stallion twerking on stage in Atlanta because Atlanta is a very, very culturally black city. Yeah. Like, come on, homie. To me, it's a slap in the face. All my black homies are like, oh, that's a slap in our fucking face, homie. They hot right now. The OGs that I know, they hot. And I'm like, damn, I didn't even think of that, Smitty. And I'm like, I knew it was a bad look, but I was like, brothers ain't really happy with that. Now, the younger brothers are. Because that's the culture they're in right now. Right. They're entwined with that shit. They think this shit's cool. Right. But the truth is, this broad hasn't identified as being a true pro-black person in 4 years. Or many more years than that, but I'm talking about in her office time, 4 years. She's failed the border, which was her number one job. She's yet to fire anybody for failing the border under her watch. And yet now, all of a sudden, she went from no votes of confidence to now being popular. It doesn't make sense, dog, and that's just what I'm saying.
My only comment to that last part is because, again, that was her against like Biden and against the other Democratic Party, but now she's the face. So now it's like, all right, if you're a Democrat, and that's the side that you rock with, and you're looking at her stance as far as the stuff that she's saying she's going to focus on. Women's rights, freedom of vote, things like that, whatever the case may be. If that's what you care about, if you're that side, you care about that. You're like, well, shit, she ain't my number one choice, but she's who we got. Just like people, I know people on the right who are going to vote for Trump because I know people on both sides. So I know people who are definitely voting for Trump, but they're not necessarily a fan of Trump either. It's like fuck, like I don't like a lot of stuff we do, but that's what we got. So I'm saying
there's two people in this thing,
right? So it's
like you got to pick one or the other.
So when you say she had no vote of confidence and now she's popular, it was like, well, like you said, it's only two people. So like,
but let me clarify.
No choice.
Let me clarify the difference between Amber Rose and Megan Thee Stallion. Number one, if people are going to really in the chat sit here and equate Amber Rose to Megan Thee Stallion,
well, I'm gonna let you go first and I'll respond.
Smitty, let's be real. Megan Thee Stallion went out there, in my opinion, in an honest way and spoke about defending or endorsing Trump.
Or Amber, yep. Amber did. Yep.
Amber Rose, sorry.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion went out and twerked and didn't do any speaking and endorse the Democratic Party. She went out there to shake her ass to try to get black culture to like Kamala Harris.
She just performed. Yeah, she performed. Like,
and you know, optically, a performance speaks louder than words. And that's the truth of the matter. Amber Rose went out there and was like, here's the speech I have for this man and this party. On the other side, we brought out a broad and twerked. They're like, come on, there's two different things here. I don't care about endorsing one side or the other. I'm endorsing Trump. I put a shirt out. That doesn't mean, though, that I'm going to sit up here and agree with some political things that he does. I'm totally the other way on the whole right-wing conservative abortion act. I'm for the woman on this one. That's a leftist thinker. But I'm not left thinking when it comes to the whole ball of wax. I don't believe in a lot of these things, and that's just why I will never vote, period. But number one, number two, there's no way that I would ever lean anywhere near left because of all the things that we're going to talk about in my daily rant here that's coming up, I believe, right now. I don't know if you want to.
No, right now. Let's go. Let's go straight into it before Steve Kim gets on.
Colts topic real quick, though, before we do that. We want to get your take before that on Steve Kim real quick on this Colts topic. What's your take, Smitty? I'm going to ask you since you're the Colt guy. I'm going to ask you, Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson throws a deep pass to Pittman, who's obviously started a lot of stirring up some things lately in practice. Yeah, I agree with that transition. But go ahead, Smitty.
Yeah, I mean, listen, y'all know, I'm the, I put the Colts goggles on, as you guys like to call it. But I mean, obviously it's just practice, so I'm trying to maintain my excitement. But that's what I want to see. We want to see AR5 throwing the ball accurately, beautifully down the field. That was a perfect throw. Perfect landing. Michael Pittman Jr. wide out, wide receiver 1 with the perfect catch. That's what I want to see. Now, obviously, there's no pass rush, there's no O-line, so there's nothing to get too hyped about. But everything I'm hearing in the Colts organization and the players around is that AR5 looking good. The Colts are looking good. Everybody's healthy. Juju Brents, our first round, our top round, I think second round corner, who from Indianapolis, went to Warren Central, came in last year's rookie year hurt from a college injury. Now he's coming in this season healthy, ready to go, have a full camp to get under his belt. Everything's looking good, man. Everything's on the high right now. So, listen, I'm glad people are not talking about the Colts right now. I like being under the radar, because I truly believe the Colts are going to shock people this year in terms of how good they're going to be. They're not going to be an easy out any Sunday. They're not going to be an easy out. I have them being a wild card team this year, making the playoffs, and that's all you can ask for in the NFL is to make the playoffs. Once you make the playoffs, who knows what can happen? Anything can happen. So shout out to my coach, shout out to AR5, and I'm excited for this season, baby. I'm very excited for this season.
Sorry, I had to deal with this. A lot going on over here. That's why we're here at home, not in the studio today. I'm not excited because I haven't seen him do anything in the real game. So, let's do the rant, Smitty.
Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt, it's Compton in the house. Without a doubt.
Smitty, I got something to get off my chest, and this is about the left, apparently, because a lot of people don't realize this is a left-pushed agenda. Angela Carini was forced to compete in a boxing match in the fucking Olympics of all places against Imani Khalif at the Olympics this past 24 hours ago. She quit, Smitty, 46 seconds in after getting fucking punched in the face. Imane was declared the winner, a man. Khalif failed gender eligibility test at the 2023 World Championships. And I just have something to say. Poor fucking girl, man. She trained her whole fucking life for this shit, Smitty. This is the Olympics. We start the Olympics off with a fucking demonic-ass fucking ceremony. Then the Olympics sanctions violence against women. And then this is catered to and worshipped by Kamala Harris and the left on Twitter and everywhere else. That she's okay with this. This is why I can never get behind the left. This is a left agenda. Men playing, fighting, and competing versus women in sports makes zero fucking sense. Absolutely none. If my daughter got into Olympics and trained her entire life and made the Olympics, Smitty, compare that to me, to one of the women that you love dearly in this Olympics, Simone Biles, who's one of the greatest ever. You imagine her competing against a man and losing after all the years of sacrifice that she fucking put in, and she gets up on that fucking pony or does something like that, and she gets in there and fucking gets beat by a man? Fucking unbelievable, Smitty. Take it away. I got to take this call. I want you to fucking finish this one, please.
I got you, man. I agree with JB 100% on this. I think it's 1,000% wrong. It's 1,000% wrong. And it's crazy that we're even allowing this, that we're at a point in which we are allowing a biological man participate with women. Like, I don't care about what shots you took or medicine you took to try to alter the hormones. At the end of the day, you are a man and you're playing, and you're not playing like field hockey or table tennis, or this is boxing. You're fighting a woman. Like, it's just period. It's common sense. It shouldn't even be a conversation. It should be something that we all universally as a country can look at and clearly look and say, you know what? This shouldn't happen. Point blank, period. I don't care. If you want to change your sex, cool. If you want to change, anything to your body, that's your prerogative. You can do what you want to your body. But we're not going to allow you to compete with the opposite sex, opposite born sex. It's a completely unfair advantage. But beyond that, it's not safe. It's just not safe. I have a little sister who I mention all the time on this show. And I can imagine her being, to JB's point, her being a boxer, her being a tennis player, her being a whatever, competing her whole life for the opportunity to make the Olympics. You make the Olympics, you're fighting well, you're performing well, and now you lose because you're going against a man. Like, come on, y'all. It just doesn't make sense. To me, if you change your sex, cool, that's your thing. But if you're an athlete, you still have to perform against the sex that you was born with. Either that, or they're going to have to create a separate damn fucking league, so to speak, where all the transgenders perform together. And I don't think that's a reality. So I think my first option is the one that makes the most sense. Regardless of what sex you change to, you should have to compete in the one that you are biologically born as. Period. Point blank, period. And again, this ain't got nothing to do with no left, right, Republican, Democrat. It's just human rights. This is just safety. This is just protection of women. This is just, to me, what I believe should be common sense. I don't think anybody should even argue that a man should not be participating in women's sport with women. It doesn't make any sense, man. So it sucks for her. Like I said, she had to forfeit in 40-something seconds after busting her tail to get there. And this opponent that she's fighting, I don't even know what to call him, the opponent that she's fighting should not feel good about himself, in my opinion. So, but anyway, man, we got the one and only Steve Kim is in the building. Let's bring him on the screen. What's going on, Steve? How you doing?
Morning. What's going on, Darnell?
Good morning, man. JB had to step away for a quick call. He'll be coming in a minute. I was just responding to JB's rant. I don't know if you saw that in the Olympics, man. This woman stepped out, basically stopped fighting after like 40-something seconds within the fight because she's fighting a trans woman. So, after being punched a couple times, obviously there's a huge difference in punching power there, and she just couldn't go on anymore. You are obviously the boxing genius, as I call it. What's your initial take on this situation?
Well, when you take or give an inch, they'll take a yard. And this doesn't really surprise me. And some of the blame I put at the foot of the mainstream media, who always tell us that we should support women's sports, that they are equals, that they deserve our financial investment, and that we care about it. But going all the way back to that swimmer, Leah Thomas, who I call Marcia Spitz, they never said a word about it. I remember one of my segments on Fearless with Jason Whitlock. I actually went to go look at the ESPNW website. Not a single story or a mention was given to that particular story. So they have basically ignored it to a point of now it becoming normalized, and this is where we are. And how this is all interconnected is that once you start to make this acceptable, right, then all of a sudden women being forced to be in the same changing room as men at an LA Fitness, that becomes basically what takes place. That it almost becomes an infiltration of a changing of culture. So to all these people that wag the finger at everyone else for not supporting women's sports, they should have been at the forefront to protect the integrity of their games. They failed. It was a dereliction of duty because I think they're either ignorant or they're cowards. I'm not so sure which one is worse. Some of them are even both.
You said that beautifully, Steve. And you know what's crazy? I feel like someone that I know, man, had mentioned to me probably months ago that you're already kind of seeing people like at the LA Fitnesses, you know, go into the women's locker room and they have their penis out in the damn locker room. And it's happening in small pockets right now. But to your point, it's probably going to continue to happen even more if it doesn't get changed. So I just don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Do what you want with your body. That's cool. Like nobody cares about that. But when it's affecting and impacting women or kids or anything like that, that's where I think we all should have an issue with it. So, but transitioning here, man, to some football. Joe Milton has reportedly outplayed Drake May in his Patriots training camp. I wanted to ask you, do you think the Patriots might have some buyer's remorse with Drake May, or is it too early to really, consider that right now?
Well, before I call this Gus Farad Heat Schuler 2.0, keep this in mind. Joe Milton's the type of guy that could wow you in practice. He has an absolute cannon for a right arm. He could do things with that football very few people can do. However, he does have problems in the intermediate game stuff, like the deep out, the comeback, the dig. The very routine passes is where he struggled. And I've always said Joe Milton is a tease. Some might even call him a coach killer because a lot of people are going to get mesmerized by the way he could throw the ball. Like his ability to spin the ball has never been a question. But there's also a reason why he was drafted so late. Right. Let's see what Drake May can do. I think Drake May has to be able to process the game quickly. And just be able to hit routine throws at a higher clip than he did at North Carolina. I still get the sense that Joe Milton, if he could not thrive completely in a very, very friendly quarterback system at Tennessee, and the game is much more complex at the National Football League level, I have my doubts about him at this particular level of football.
It's crazy too. I feel like Drake May, like his stock has just continued to slowly go down. Just even from the beginning of last season, coming into it, it was like him and Caleb Williams to me were the top two quarterbacks. At least the narrative was that. As the season went on, I feel like Jaden Daniels passed him up, other quarterbacks passed him up, and now it just continues to like kind of trickle down. At least again, the narrative of it. Obviously, you got to go out there and perform, and we can change our minds there. But I just wonder, were we over praising Drake May early on? Was he like, did he fool us, or are we now being too, I guess, critical of him in these last few months? I don't know what side.
Well,
hey, Steve, what's up, Steve? I want. Can I answer for Steve real quick? Steve was very high on Drake May. He was the first one to get me watching him here at the Palooza Lounge. And then fairness to Steve, later on, Steve was like, man, I don't know. I think Drake's kind of hit a peak here. Like this was like a little bit last year watching him. So now, the question you asked Steve, go ahead. Are you still as high as you were when you first started to see the white Drake May? But this is the white.
Well, here's the thing. His first 10 games, he was really good. His last 12 to 15, he has not been as good. It is what it is. But I also think a factor was last year he did not have Josh Downs, slot receiver that was very, very productive at UNC. Here's the issue that
Coach wide receiver now.
Right, and he's a good little player. Here's the issue with the Patriots. No matter who lines up around center or under center, Julian Edelman ain't walking through that door. Deion Branch ain't walking through that door. Stanley Morgan ain't walking through that door. The Patriots, for at least a year, had the worst set of outside talent. What they actually did to their previous quarterback, Mac Jones, I thought was unfair. They gave him 2 defensive coaches as a coordinator. They surrounded him with the slowest, most nondescript group of wide receivers in the league. And guess what? I know that they got my guy out of Miami, KJ Osborne, but KJ is more of a 2 or 3. He's not a number 1. So I think no matter who is going to be out there, they're not going to exactly have Randy Moss going, running go routes out there for him.
Yeah, that's true, man. It's going to be a tough season for the Patriots, regardless who starts, who plays.
Hey, Steve, my question to you, Steve, not to cut you off, my question to you, Steve, is can the Patriots surprise you, though, in the East and get out of the cellar? That we preconceive that they're the cellar team, can they actually be better than a team that's questionable, lost a lot in Buffalo? Miami can't play in the cold, and we don't know what they are really like. Can this Gerard Mayo get this team to do more than we think?
I mean, look, if you get to around 500 and you go 7-10, 8-9, I would consider that a great job. This is a rebuild. Generally, when you have a top 5 pick and you earned your way there, there's a reason for it. You weren't very good. So I kind of look at this roster, look, defensively, they were still kind of tough. But offensively, they have to start making some real investments on that side of the ball to surround whoever their future quarterback's going to be.
Yeah, no, they do. They got a lot of things that they need to invest in to get that Patriots team back to relevance, in my opinion. But moving on to some college football, man. ACC preseason media day poll has Miami at number 3 behind Clemson and Florida State. First of all, Steve, do you think this is accurate? This preseason poll having Miami at number 3, is that accurate in your eyes?
Well, I think what's being held against Miami is the fact there are some questions about the coaching, whether it's fair or not, surrounding Mario Cristobal. Florida State's interesting. I was surprised that they were the runaway pick in a sense that offensively, look, Jordan Travis is among the best quarterbacks Florida State's ever had. His improvement from his freshman year to last year, I thought is as good as anything I've ever seen. When I first saw Jordan Travis, I said, there's no way this guy could be a full-time quarterback. And last season before the injury, he was probably going to be a Heisman finalist. You lose him. You lose your best running back. You lose both receivers to the National Football League, Johnny Wilson and Keon Coleman, and you lose a really good, versatile tight end, the transfer from South Carolina, Bell. What they do have is an NFL front 4. Even though they lost a couple of first-round draft choices, I think Patrick Payton, young man out of Miami Northwestern, has a higher ceiling than either of those guys. Darrell Jackson finally gets back onto the field. They're going to be very stout defensively. But again, is DJU the quarterback that over 12 to 13 games can take you all the way to the dance? Not sure about that. Clemson, again, I actually think Dabo takes too much heat. I get it. He's old-fashioned. He's set in his ways. But defensively, they have some real talent. That front 7 is going to be an issue again. But Cade Klubnik is on the spot. Second year in that offense with the new coordinator. What I don't think they have yet, although they have some young recruits coming in, they don't have that T. Wiggins, Nuke Hopkins, Sammy Watkins type of guy, even or Justin Ross the last 3 years. I think there's been a real talent decline on the outside. But they do bring in a 5-star receiver I think is being groomed to play right away. When it comes to Miami, and I read this in one of the magazines, and I cannot disagree with what they said based on last year. Does the sum equal the total of the parts? Because last year should have been a 9-win team, because when you're top 40, Smitty, in both offense and defense, which they were, generally that equates to 9 wins. They won 7, and we know what happened last year. But I've told this on a space yesterday with Miami fans. Don't be afraid to have high expectations. This has to be the year that Mario truly launches his whatever run he's going to have at Miami. It has to start being defined by this year. I think they're going all in.
Got you. It's exciting. If you're a Miami Hurricane fan, it's definitely an exciting year, and opportunities are right there in front of you. So we shall see.
By the way, Smitty, week 1 or week 0, Georgia Tech FSU in Dublin, Ireland. I'm going to have my Guinness ready. Georgia Tech is going to be a tough out every week. They bring most of their offensive line back. They bring back a quarterback in Haynes King that was incredibly improved. He was very impressive. And they bring back 2 receivers that were productive and a 1,000-yard rusher in Justin Haynes. That's a good team. Brent Key is going to be a guy that's going to be a thorn in the side. And with Florida State going through a lot of changes offensively, if you're Florida State or you're Georgia Tech, you would much rather play the Noles in week 0 than week 12. That's going to be a better game than people think.
Are you ready to call for the upset right now?
I am ready to put some money on the point spread. Not full upset.
This is interesting right here. I don't know. I think Syracuse is too high. New head coach. I get it.
Oh, it's Fran Brown mania.
Yeah, the hype's there. The hype's there, but the fact of the matter is he's having to reculture a place that's, starts off hot every year, especially under Dino, a good friend of mine, Dino Babers, and then fell off every year when that meat of the schedule hit. Wake Forest is a team that's been on the rise. Great job he does there. I would say they're probably going to be higher than this. And then Cal and Stanford in there is just asinine. It's so dumb that they're all the way over
Cal's
there.
not bad, coach. Cal, they have one of the better running backs in a lot, and their young quarterback, Mendoza, I actually like what I saw out of him. Miami goes there October 5th. I'm probably going to go to that game. They're going to be okay. They're not going to be terrible. I actually think Cal will be pretty serviceable.
And you got to, Mac Brown standing on business, Steve, 75 years old, saying, guess what? You guys vote us in every year this ranking this low, and we beat everybody's ass. It's funny how he said that in his press conference. Got to respect Mac Brown. Are they too low here?
They might be. He also said some things I thought may have been a veiled shot at Drake May when he said that I need better. You hyped up my quarterback, and we got to do things. I was like, wow. It seemed like he was taking some veiled critiques at who he had.
I also heard some interesting things, Steve, on why their OC left to Wisconsin.
Phil Longo, yeah. Another team that I think is going to be a really good team year in, year out, because I'm a big fan. Brom at Louisville. They got resources. They take football seriously now. And Tyler Shuck, he might be an upgrade over who they had last year and when they went to the ACC title game. So Brom is the type of guy, you give him enough talent, and I think they will recruit at a higher level than he did at Purdue, where he pulled some upsets. Louisville's going to be a solid program for years to come.
What do you like NC State's positioning?
Well, they have Grayson McCall. And look, Dave Dorn's an underrated coach. Dave Dorn gets the most out of his team every single year. And I think the last 2 years they've won 9 games, beat Miami last year in kind of a slobber knocker. Grayson McCall, let's see if he can elevate his game and then elevate that team, because that's a team that is a dark horse in that ACC race.
Shout out to Dave Doran, Kansas City, Blue Valley North native. A lot of people thought he was going to take K-State or KU job since he is from Kansas area. Done a great job at NC State. Their D-line, in my opinion, separates them and keeps them in games every single year. Their D-line is really, really good every single year. He does a hell of a job with the defense and defensive line. Louisville, I agree. It's a tough top 5 or 6. Virginia Tech's on the rise. SMU's a sleeper. Georgia Tech's a tough out. Love what he's been doing there. Virginia, over the years, have just keeps falling. They've had some mishaps there. Duke, we saw the rise there for a while, and now he's
they lost Elko.
Lost him to A&M. So
that's a big loss. Look, Manny Diaz, our old coach, is there, and they brought in Malik Murphy.
And Pitt, Steve, just haven't been able to get over the hump.
Well, here's the problem with Pitt. Narduzzi wants to run an old school program about development, and I get that. But there's been a little bit of a talent drain. Look, Narduzzi's a really good, solid football coach. They've done some good stuff there. But I don't know in the NIL transfer portal era if they're the type of school that benefits on either end. Because think about it. A couple years ago, they lost Jordan Addison coming off a Bolitnikoff season. And then they're never a destination program for other blue chip talent. Right? They're always going to probably lose more guys than they get, unfortunately, even though they have an incredible tradition. So here's the thing. I read some stuff that there's some grumbling about Narduzzi. That's fine. Here's my question. Who can you get that's realistically available, and who is better?
Yeah, you're not going to get it. the most traveled team in the country is going to be Cal and Stanford, aren't they?
I saw the ACC road trip about Stanford. I've been watching those. Do you know on back-to-back weeks in late September, 1 week they go to Syracuse, right?
Yeah.
And then they go to Clemson.
So they go home.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is not like the NFL where you could take a team and
stay the night for a week, right?
Right. I mean, Stanford's a school. They're actually going to say, hey, asshole, you got some astrophysics tests to do, and you got to create the next Apple. You're going to be in class Monday. That's a tough trek to go back to back to back to back.
This is why the NCAA Non-Carrying Assholes of America is such a joke, because they preach all this academic stuff and all this integrity, and then they're going to allow college kids to go at two of the most academically hard entry schools in America, Cal and Stanford, to go across the country and play all East Coast teams. SMU will be the closest team they have to play in Texas. Other than that, look at that shit.
Yeah,
and I also don't like UCLA and SC having to go where they got to go.
Well, I mean, this is what they wanted. If I was UCLA or USC, I would have said, hey, guys, I would have told Dave Scott or Larry Scott, Larry, you're the Pac-12 commissioner. If you want to keep this conference around, you got to do so. It still boggles my mind that there really is no Pac-12 anymore, and that UCLA and USC are in a conference, which to me, when I think of Big Ten, I think of Middle America. I think of Mid-America. And now you're going to be playing Rutgers games at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Have fun.
It's such a joke. That's such a setup for failure, man, that I've ever seen. NCAA should be ashamed of themselves.
But is this an NCAA issue or a greed issue within the universities? I think the NCAA was fine with the multi-conference format. I don't blame the NCAA here, Coach. I really don't.
I think it's both, because the NCAA at the end of the day, though, has been the judge, jury, and executioner, and has started to allow these things to happen. And then what happens is when you allow so much to happen, eventually you're going to take an inch and then start expecting a foot. And then now look what it's done. It's become an absolute joke. Like, I believe the NCAA started it, though, and I think everyone else is just going to take it. And I don't know how this is going to. I'm curious to see what the NCAA does with the Michigan ruling that's apparently out, because that's going to tell sign on what the NCAA is still about. And are they still going to think that they're going to be able to do something to new kids, new coach after Harbaugh's departure and after what they did to them last year? You'll let kids, Steve, I said yesterday, you'll let kids transfer 4 times in 4 years, but you won't. You'll bitch about a coach stealing signs. Guess what? Steve Kim, when you leave Virginia Tech and go to Miami, guess what you're doing? You're giving the signs to your coach too. It's like it's the dumbest shit ever. It makes zero sense. If I'm a kid and I go to another school, I'm giving them the playbook. I'm giving them my D coordinator's hand signals. I'm giving them the offensive play calls. Like, it's no different. It's such a joke to me. It's a slap in the face.
Yes, sir. Steve, you gonna say something?
No, I think it says it all. You know, I was kind of thinking about if you're going to make this pro football, I was thinking about how do you curb the anarchy that is taking place with the NIL packaged in with the transfer portal. If this is going to become professional football, all right, and it's quasi-professional football now, I believe that the schools and the universities and every program needs to embrace the fact NILs are now basically contracts. They are. So basically make a multi-year contracts. And I would say there should be a rule. If you sign a multi-year NIL contract and you transfer before the expiration of that, number one, that school that takes that opposing player has to pay back the money of the NIL that's already been paid by the school.
I love it.
I think that's one way to stop the poaching. The other thing is if you make it multi-year, players are going to think like, oh, God, I still got to fulfill this. Because there's no guarantee their NIL if the next school is going to be any better. The other thing is I would still say your first transfer, you got to sit out a year.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you start doing that, I think kids will say, you know what, I'm just better off here. But those are just my ideas.
I love it. Those are some great ideas, Steve. I agree with everything you just said. Staying in college football, though, man, and here in our backyard, a few weeks ago, we saw UCLA's newest head coach, Deshaun Foster, give a kind of a unique speech at the conference here. Now he's seen wearing a shirt that says "We're in LA." Having a little fun with it here. I actually like it. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you can make fun of yourself, then I think, you know, that's a good sign in my book. JB, I want to start with you first, though. Just what's your take on this? Seeing Deshaun Foster, you know, kind of make fun of himself a little bit here.
It's marketing. He had to do it. He's eating it, and now it'll be a big selling shirt, I'm sure, there on campus, student store, online. It is what it is. I actually like it because he's, I think, telling everybody that means diddly shit when it comes to wins and losses. That speech doesn't mean shit. I'm going to laugh about it and joke about it as well because my players know what I am and who I am, and the players know that I'm going to run through a wall for this guy. And that's why I think he's owning it. I think that he's telling everybody that speech don't mean shit. My players they know who I am. So that's all I think it is.
100%. Yeah, the only thing I would have done with that shirt is I would have had the old school Joe Bruin pointing at LA like this. I love Joe Bruin.
I know. Steve loves Joe Bruin.
That's what it always comes back down to, don't it, JB?
Bruin, man. He's such a friendly bear, but he's in good shape. He's got the crew neck sweater hanging out on the A the way he does. It's like, you know, when I see Joe Bruin, I'm like, you know, Westwood seems like a good place. You know,
I like it. I wish it's interesting. I Syracuse or UCLA, Steve? More wins.
I have to look at the schedule. Because I don't.
And the reason I say that is two young brothers taking over. They hired a predominant black staff. No one talks about either one. Colorado gets all the staff talk. These two guys have created pretty damn good staffs, respectively, in Syracuse and UCLA. They're about coaching in football. And
my guy. Look at him. Look at him.
Right there, Steve Hahn. Just have his hand pointing out at the LA.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
I like the Bruin sweater, though.
Yeah, it's old school. Look how friendly he is. But he's also in shape. Probably does Mike Tyson push-ups. You know, probably eats a bunch of wild berries and probably campers food.
Nowadays, it'll be like a fucking LGBTQ DEI.
Yeah, probably have eyeliner and lipstick on, twerking outside the A. You know, UCLA in like the mid-'90s tried to do like a meaner version of Joe Bruin, and I was like, what is this crap? It was the worst thing ever. I was like, nah. It's like when Miami took away the pipe and the Band-Aid from Sebastian the Ibis. It's never been the same. It's never really truly been the same. But here's the thing. Fran Brown, I think, has a little bit more to work with. He did a really good job of procuring talent. Look, Kyle McCord is not a great college quarterback, but he's serviceable. Yeah, he is serviceable. And Chip Kelly, every UCLA fan that I know, they say, Steve, his recruiting left a lot to be desired, and maybe we'll see the bottoming out of that this year. Because if I'm Deshaun Foster and I have the support of the alumni, I try to start at ground zero. Go into full rebuild mode right now. Don't try to do it the shortcut. If you want to build a program that's sustainable, sometimes you're better off just sacrificing a year, going very, very young, and seeing who can play, weeding out all the old guys that don't want to be there, and then going on and building it from that point.
Yeah, it's different. Smitty, I don't know if you got Steve's take when I was gone, but did you get his take on the male versus female boxing thing? And I just wanted to get Steve's take real quick on it.
Well, they've allowed it. And, you know, the silence all the way back to Leah Thomas, the swimmer, they've been absolutely silent. And in my view, they have been complicit because they have given a taciturn endorsement through their silence on this whole issue.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, this is a topic that we all agree on this one. It's just, to me, I guess common sense ain't common no more. And,
I want to know from that guy that's hitting that woman and she taps out, the fucking shame that has to go through that body of that dude looking at her and saying, what the fuck do you really?
Hey, Jimmy, you would hope so and think so, but I doubt it, actually. And
there is no shame in this world. We have lost shame. There is no shame in this world anymore.
Yeah,
I hope that's the woman right there, Steve, that you're referring to, that went in that ring and planned to get hit and tap out.
I was thinking that too, JB, like to try to make a stance on this, to make a point. Because that's
I think she felt the punch and said, okay, we're good. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I've seen women try to spar with men in the gym, and unless the men are really pulling their punches and know what they're doing, because the more experienced fighters are actually safer to spar with as a beginner because they can modulate the velocity of their punches, okay? It's a physical mismatch. There's nothing wrong in saying that. When you look at lean muscle mass, bone density, overall size, it should not be allowed. And our friend Henry Ramirez, coach, he flat out says, I will never allow a girl to even spar in my gym. He makes a hard line distinction, and credit to Henry because he stands on his business. And he says, Steve, it'll never happen in my gym under my supervision.
That was my hard line with women trying to play football. I had the same rule. I mean, it's just not a fucking fair fight, man. There's no positive out of it.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It has nothing to do with being sexist. It's literally dangerous for the woman. Point blank, period.
I saw Layla Ali try to spar a man one time. This is about 21 years ago. I'm at Freddie Roach's Wild Card Gym. She faced a guy that was a journeyman fighter. I saw him at the forum a few times, and that's when her significant other was Yaya McClain, Johnny McClain. One of Doug Fisher really knew him well. I had a friendly relationship. And I'm hitting the heavy bag next to the door. My back is turned. Freddie's just kind of watching on the front desk because he wasn't training anyone at that moment. Bell rings, and I'm not paying attention to anything. And literally 20 seconds later, all I hear is from Yaya, no, forget it, man. You can't spar with the girl. You don't know how to. No, we're stopping it. I turned around, and Freddie's like this on the desk. He's like, oh, God. He was so done with it. And I just said, it is what it is. Look, I am not a fan of women's boxing, but I believe women's boxing, get this, it's revolutionary, should be done by women. I know.
You don't say.
I know. Cancel.
It's unbelievable. It's so dumb to me,
the
man.
fact that we got to say that is crazy. Moving on to some NFL before we let you go, though, Steve. Michael Penix Jr. was seen making some plays at Falcons training camp, man. Word on the street is he's looking really, really good so far in this training camp. JB, Steve, obviously, I mean, we know that Michael Penix isn't starting this year. We get it. Like, Kirk Cousins is there. That's his job. But I guess, how do you feel about, the long-term play for Atlanta, for the Falcons? Like, do we feel like Michael Penix, will be the guy in Atlanta?
It seems to me like they're going to let Kirk Cousins play out his contract, and they're paying him a lot of money. Yeah. And then by the time Penix turns 32, he'll be a first-time starter, which may be the best. I like Penix. And obviously with those throws, they must have bought some left-handed footballs. But I thought Penix did a good job as driving the ball downfield as any quarterback last year. I do. I was a Penix fan. And look, he's a little bit older, but I don't hold that against him. Look, these quarterbacks are being protected. They could play into their 40s now. You could still probably get a good full decade out of him as a frontline starter. But again, Smitty, they are not live yet. They're basically doing glorified 7-on-7. Let's see what happens when the bullets are flying and it's live.
Hey, Steve said when he's 32, it'll be his first time starting. I'm sorry, that was hilarious.
Roger Staubach took some time too.
He's old. He's old.
Roger was old too as a starter.
He's older, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't know, Steve. I think the Atlanta Falcons have the best quarterback scenario room, pending an injury by Kirk Cousins. That he's a little more fragile now. I think we'll agree. Penix is a guy, though, that will look back at it and say, damn, did the GM win the draft? After all the critiquing that we gave him in the draft for drafting him, now we'll look at it and say he saved the franchise, maybe. So it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds this year because he can play. And I can see them giving him reps, Steve, just to get him going, just to kind of like, hey, Kurt, you're struggling a little bit. Let's get this rookie's feet wet a little bit, similar to what they did with Mahomes, Jordan Love, certain guys getting a little bit of reps early on. And then preseason, I'm sure Penix is going to get the reps, right?
That's what I was just thinking. We're still in preseason. The Hall of Fame game is actually tonight, so football is officially here. Obviously, Keller Williams and C.J. Stroud aren't playing today, so would have loved to see both of them suit up. But nevertheless, Football is.
I don't get it
team.
with
How you
Caleb.
feeling?
Why isn't he playing? At least getting in the huddle, going through the routine of looking at your teammates in the huddle, calling out the plays.
His coach didn't let him know. In his defense, Caleb wants to play. It's a coach decision.
Right, and so everyone, and I just think, to me, with the shortened preseason nowadays, if you have an expectation for him to start game one, well, the process has to begin, I think, now, doesn't it?
Fuck.
I think so.
It should have been started. Like, I don't understand it. Steve, this is my thing. You go from, and I broke it down earlier, you go from looking over the sideline, getting a card, clapping, snapping the football, to, hey, let's go ram, right, zip, kill, to opposite is boot, kill, to orange, Orange River, Roger, St. Louis. That is now a play call in the huddle that he has to use, and he's never used that much verbiage in his life. Plus, he's been under center 90 times total at USC, and he'll be under center 90 times in the first 2 weeks for Chicago.
Coach, you really think they're going to use under center that much with Caleb?
Yeah, because Eberflus.
Then they're using him wrong. Then look, there's teams now that go 2/3 shotgun or probably even more, right?
Yeah.
Why force a square peg into a round hole?
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, the NFL, if you're not putting your back to the defense, you're going to be very, very easy to defend. Just simply RPO, facing the gun to the defense. You got to get your back to the cut.
I'm with you, but Coach, there were games where Tom Brady was almost exclusively out of shotgun, and he was no threat at the mesh point. I just think, again, we are raising a generation of shotgun spread tempo quarterbacks. And then all of a sudden, the highest level of football, you're making them play right under. Okay, that's square peg round hole to me.
Yeah, it is, but it's going to be tough, man. Especially early on when they don't have a book on him as a rookie, and then he don't play no preseason games. I just think like CJ Stroud played preseason last year. Steve, people forget
he did.
And now all of a sudden we're gonna compare this guy to CJ as a rookie. We're gonna say he's gonna be better than, which is the media they. You're already setting this kid up for failure. CJ had one of the best rookie campaigns of all time and played in his preseason games. You're going to put this guy on that same pedestal already, and he's not even going to play preseason? Makes zero sense to me.
I think Caleb will play the next preseason. Now, if he ends up sitting out the entire preseason, I'll have a big issue with it. If he plays the next 2 games, okay, cool. He plays a half, plays 2 series. Okay,
there
cool.
used to be a time if you played in the Hall of Fame game, that meant you had 5 games.
Yep.
So I can understand sitting out this one. You now have only 2 other games.
Right.
To me, there's nothing like game speed in the National Football League. Eric Dickerson said on his show, I think about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, he said, if you told me as a running back that I was not going to play in any preseason games, and then week 1, you're going to let me go up against these maniacs, I said, no. I want to play some preseason football. I need to get hit at game speed. What we're doing is actually probably putting these guys in more jeopardy, because when it all of a sudden comes to sit out, hey, kamikaze mission at 100 miles per hour. Let's just put it this way. There's a lot of older football players that disagree with that approach.
Hey, Steve, Aaron Rodgers kind of took a shot at Robert Saleh last night. I started the show off with, I think it was him getting the fact that Aaron trying to get the pecking order back under control, making sure that he knows and everyone knows it's his team. And he kind of threw Robert under the bus. Have you heard this? Let's take a listen.
I mean, that's Robert's decision. I've never told him I don't want to play in the preseason. There's a lot of thoughts about whether there's any particular gain from it. We used to play all the time. It wasn't even a question. We played, 10 to 15 the first one, and quarter and a half in the second one, and the third quarter in the third one, and then sometimes, Tennessee would always play their guys sometimes through the third quarter. We would play, maybe a series or 2. Now nobody wants to play.
I agree totally, man. That's old school right there. He's not. He actually. I think he probably is like, I probably need to test this damn leg out a little bit.
Yeah, I get it. I think that's just Aaron being Aaron. There has to be some doubts with Aaron Rodgers. Is like, what am I physically?
Yeah.
What am I as a warranty worn out? And for him, if he doesn't play the whole preseason, in week 1, all of a sudden he's under center. I still think there may be some mental hurdles to overcome. Again, I'll just say it. I think there's most players would like to have a little bit of action in the preseason. Back in the olden days, it used to be you would play maybe a series in the first game. Maybe. All right, some held out. Second game, you'd play about 2 series. By the third game, you'd probably play a quarter and a half to a half. That was always considered the most important game. Fourth game, you would just sit out. Then you got, okay, we're good. We put in a hard camp. It was 2-a-days back then. Now we're ready to play football.
And Steve, people don't realize from the coach's perspective, I don't think the chat or anyone understands this. And I don't think it'll be heard on any mainstream media what I'm about to say. We used to do this in a manner as this is a coaching time. I want to look at this as, all right, Aaron, you're starting for 3 quarters, and I want to see my backup's mindset. And I want to see who my backup is, because I'm going to play my backup and my third-string QB as a competitive edge here for the third and the fourth quarter. And I want to see who the backup really is. And I want to see how he enters the game when I pull Aaron Rodgers in the third quarter or at halftime even. And nowadays, we don't do that shit. Like, that's the part of the game that's not
how about running a 2-minute drill, minute and a half, 2 timeouts? You got the ball. I want to see that in a live situation against a defense that has no idea what I'm running, and I don't know what they're going to do. I want to see some players. How do you react in those situations? Do you know how to get out of bounds? Do you know how to get down and don't fumble the ball just to make sure I get another snap? These are things I think are very difficult to replicate. You can practice them in games. I know you have game situations that you simulate. There's nothing like real live action. So, look, it's a new NFL. There's nothing we can do to stop it. And I guess like you, me, Smitty, and Caleb will all be watching the Hall of Fame game tonight. We'll all be just watching, So
I'm not going to watch it. I guarantee you, nobody in this chat can give me one fucking player out there today that's going to be somebody they know.
All right, well, guys, look, I'm working on Saturday for you. It's been a little bit of a mess. I'll keep you in touch on that, okay?
Let me know.
I will. I'll let you guys know. So we'll talk. Right, good seeing you guys.
Later.
JB, you won't even be here Saturday, so.
I don't know. I might be now. I don't know.
Ah, damn. She's still playing. We ain't tell the chat. I don't want to put your business out there. That is crazy, though. That situation crazy, man. But you know what?
Hey, Smitty, real quick. I want to address something real quick.
Yes, address it.
Somebody in the chat earlier had a good point. He said, when a man actually kills a woman in the ring, what's going to be the take? What are we going to do? Who's going to stand up for it when we allow this? Because that's what we're doing. We're allowing it. It's actually happened. And no one's talked about it. No one's discussed it. We've had somebody get paralyzed. Bailey, I don't know if you have the picture or the video, but we've had somebody get paralyzed in another sport, Smitty, and no one's brought it up. No one's discussed it. Read that out. Why don't you read that?
It's a female volleyball player, 17, left paralyzed with brain damage by transgender opponent who cackled with delight after knocking her to the ground.
She's paralyzed, homie. 17-year-old.
Life changed, life ruined in a sense.
And no one is talking about it. No one's brought it up. See, to Vincent Connor's point in the chat, this is fucking unbelievable. We'll throw this under the bus and allow this continue to happen. And to Steve's point, where are the fucking women, homie? Where are the mothers? Where are the fathers of these kids? And where are the fucking fathers and parents of the other made-up human side that is allowing this to go on? And this is why I'm so fucking pissed off and look at people when they sit there and talk about, the political side, when they talk about presidential campaigns and all this. And I'm like, you got to look at this right here. This is a huge thing. We all have our downfalls with Trump and why we don't support Trump because of this and that and this. And we'll bring in the race part of it. And we'll do the same with Kamala and Biden and all these other nominees. But this is a far left agenda. And this is one thing I'll just never be able to agree with or get behind. And this is why I have such a fundamental issue. Like, this is something that Kamala is actually pushes. This is something she pushes. It's fact. I could not imagine allowing my daughter to go out here and do this and deal with this. Smitty, you don't agree with this. This is the problem. We've trained our whole lives. We got our daughter to be the best volleyball player, the best soccer player, the best this. And then they got to go play a man who doesn't really need to train. Let's be honest here, Smitty. I can go right now at 48, train for 1 week. I'll be the fucking champion of women's boxing in a week. I'll be the world champ, homie. You can't tell me that I'm not going to. First of all, you're not going to knock me out, woman. And second of all, if I just, my old out of shape ass lands one time, Smitty, you're done. Like, make it make sense, homie. It doesn't. And there's no one that can make it make sense. Women are being disserviced, devalued here at an all-time cliff, and the women need to come forward. The women do, because only the women can change this right now. And that's why I don't understand it. Like, I don't get when we're talking about feminist movement and all this old shit. Well, then if it is, you need to come forward, feminist movement. Like, this shit is unbelievable to me, man. I would be fucking rolling over in my fucking grave if my daughter had to go do this and fucking all the time I put in with her as, let's say I was her trainer.
Right.
And she had to go deal with this. It just don't make sense on me. It's just disgusting to me. It's actually, there's things that you can't fathom. And then there's things that you're just like, this is just unacceptable part of life. Like, there's just no way this should be going on. I don't know. It's unbelievable.
With that being said, man, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and we're going to finish the show. Last 40 minutes, man. More hot topics here on the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty. Bailey, take it away.
Here, this is the infamous one of the palm trees at Ash 8. So
Can't fucking believe you. See this fucking belt? You see it? Who just eats a whole fucking palm tree, man? You guys are fucking shitting me. Just fucking unearthed the motherfucker. Ate the whole fucking thing. Like, who eats a whole fucking palm tree? Like, you fucking shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Now let's shake now. Who did it? I'm gonna look at the fucking camera. Who fucking did it? Sit down.
sit down. Sit down. Now, do we understand each other? Excuse me. There is no more fucking up palm trees. I'm tired of spending all this money, and now I've created a whole fucking barricade for you. So I don't want to have to dig this bitch out. I'm fucking dead. I'm old, my back hurts, I'm fucking stiff as a porn dick. Come here, sit down. Sit down. Boy, if you don't sit your ass down, now, you come over here with me. Come on. Here's what I had to do to fucking stop you. And I got a better, beautiful, bigger tree. So now, we are shitting in tall grass. Replanted it, bitch. Soiled it up. Put a little trellis in here. Put a bunch of fucking stones. Look like Stonehenge around this bitch. And now, Ash, are you gonna fucking try to dig this bitch out? Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna do this again? So I had to. Ash, remember this? Remember you ate this? Did you do this? He ate once. I put this little moat around it. And just a sitting area. Come over here. We got the flat stick basketball court and driving range. So if I ever want to pull out the big dog, that's our net. All we do is just slap down our driving range, you know. And bam, swing away. And that's where we swing into the net. Jimmy crack corn on this hoop. And here's my RV parking where I park the whips. Let's take you out and show you a few. Out these double gates, I'll show you a few cars. Come on out. So right here, of course, is the bad boy, the last year they made this Cadillac EXT, one of a kind. Can't find these anywhere. And then you come out here, got the 650i, BMW, rag top, 500 to the rear, white interior. You know, can't beat it. This is my baby though, my truck. Full sound, custom sound system in both. Top notch, only as I do. And obviously, this is my crib. Oops. All right, that's JB's Cribs. Appreciate you jumping by, coming by. Listen, it's time to go. Now take your asses and get the hell out of here. I'm about to go cook some slapstick tri-tip. It's been a pleasure. Now go home. Peace. Get to look down on the property. That'll do it. Real Coach JB's Cribs. Peace.
Oh man, welcome back. Woo, it's been a long week for your boy.
Hey, Smitty, give me 1 minute. Hold it down for 1 minute real quick.
I'm gonna hold it down, man. Put me on here, man. Chat, what's going on, man? You know it's the real show on Planet ERF, man. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm tired, man. I'm tired, man. Just we get up 3, 4 in the morning, put the show together, do the 3-hour show, bring high energy. Get done with this. We typically got to, we do a little post-show meeting. After that, might have another meeting with Winnable or one of our sponsors or what have you. Go from there. If I have time to hit the gym, I will. Lately, I haven't had time, just the way things been going. So my gym flow been messed up. Then you gotta drive out this LA traffic, go to Fox, do your job 4 or 5 hours there. Leave from there. We got a new show time at 5. Our show comes on now from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time versus the 1:30 to 3 p.m. Pacific time, which anybody who lives in California, you know that hour difference between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. is night and day in terms of traffic. It's a game changer. So now leave work around 4:15, 4:20. Traffic is insane. Take an hour to get home. Get home. If it's a day that my wife has to work, a night she has to work, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna cook real quick to make sure she got some food before she goes to work because she's the nurse. Gotta make sure my wife is fed before she cuts out. If she's off, then typically she'll have some food provided for her, so that'll be good. But just keep that train rolling, man. The grind don't stop. That's all I'm saying. I ain't complaining about it. I'm just telling y'all how I feel. It's okay to just admit that you're tired sometimes. All right. I know everybody want to act all like we all just gangster 24/7. Sometimes you get tired. I'm gonna keep it real. John Doe, you feel it? John Doe said, I feel you, dog. I feel you. Ron said, make a baby. I'm trying to. Nah, wifey ain't ready yet, Ron. She ain't ready yet. So I'll say in the next probably 1.5 to 2 years, we'll probably bring a little baby Smitty out here. Get a little baby out here, you feel me? So, but yeah, man, hey. JB might be going out of town tonight. We're going to talk about it when he comes back. He might be going out of town. We're not for sure, though. He got some little things he's dealing with behind the scenes. But him going out of town will kind of dictate what tomorrow's schedule going to be. So we'll add a little bit more context to that before the show ends. But everybody in the chat right now, if you have not followed your boy on Instagram, make sure you do that right now. Darnell, which is DARNELL_Smith95. I've been going viral. My boy Vincent been following me. He comments on every single post. I know you be trolling me sometimes, man, but He's a supporter of the content, and I appreciate y'all. If y'all looking for some laughs, y'all looking for some just good vibes, man. I know that's what I bring. Come follow your boy on IG. I'm trying to get to that 10K number. I'm at like 8,200, 8,300. I need to get to 10K so I can really start, you know what I mean? Really start the roll, man. So come follow your boy on IG, man. Hit me up, comment, respond. I respond back to you. But to keep this train rolling, though, man, I don't know if you guys saw this. Antonio Pierce was seen working with Marvin Lewis and Tom Coughlin in Raiders training camp in Costa Mesa, California. And just seeing this picture, man, seeing these veterans, you know, around AP. We know Tom Coughlin, his resume, Marvin Lewis's resume, you know, coaching with the Bengals. Tom Coughlin has a rings, I believe, with the Giants. I think both rings. He was the head coach of the Giants, I believe with Eli. So just seeing these veteran coaches around AP, that just lets me, it just puts me in a, I guess, positive spirits, good spirits about the Raiders this year and what AP is building. You know, when you're a young coach, you're a good young coach, and you're still learning the ropes, you want to have some OGs around you that can help you with some of the everyday things that you might not even think about, the things that you might not, or organizationally, structure-wise. So to me, this is just another good sign that AP is trying to build this thing the right way, the Raider way. And I wouldn't be surprised, y'all. Hey, don't be surprised if the Raiders mess around and compete in the AFC West. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Vincent, shout out. Vincent's the older brother that's well-versed what's happening. I'm gonna come over and mentor you.
That's my guy. That's my OG.
I'm gonna come mentor you.
No, we talk separately. We don't really need you. Like, we talk on Instagram all the time. It's my homie.
He Trumper though.
That's okay. Well, you say that. You know me. I'm not the one to go on here and be like, "Oh, I hate you. You voted for Trump." Oh, nah. We come on here. I like to have discourse. I like to have dialogue. I like to learn myself. I like to give information out that I know or that I see. That's all it is. Y'all the ones that making this thing divisive. Y'all the ones that pushing, if you vote for Kamala Harris, you a bitch. If you vote for Trump, you racist. If you vote, everything's so extreme on both sides. Like, damn, like, can I vote for I vote for? You vote for who you vote for, and we can still show love to each other? Like, damn, I didn't come on the show, oh, JB endorsed Trump. Hey, I'm out. I'm done. Peace. Nah, JB my homie still. It is what it is. I'm going to be over there a couple of weeks. We're going to barbecue. I ain't been over there in a while. I'm going to be with Callie and Ash. We're going to get some AEs over there for JB. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to just eat some wings, meatballs, cheese dip, and just relax. Like, you know what I mean? I'm cool. I'm chilling. Bailey, big time Trumper, cool. That's my home. That's my young homie. Like, it's all, I'm like that. I can disagree with certain things and still be like, I'm cool with you. It's y'all.
Remember,
who not like that.
Men vote for Kamala. You're gay. I just throwing that out there.
I know that's what you. That's the prime example of you being divisive.
Hey, Smitty, say Costa Mesa again.
I don't know. Okay, I knew I said it wrong. Is it Costa Mesa?
Yeah.
How I said it the first time, Mesa.
Say it how you say it.
I don't even know. I think I said Costa Mesa. I think.
That's
Mesa,
the home.
right?
That's the home of Slapdick Cigars, by the way.
You lying?
Yeah, it's right
you
there.
Lying?
High Times. Shout out Costa Mesa.
Shout out to High Time. How far of a drive is that from where you stay at?
From where I stay at?
Yeah.
Shit, closer to your house.
Oh, really?
It's farther to. It's an hour, no traffic. Hour 10.
Okay, makes sense, man. Man, you need to come out with like our own little, like, I don't know.
What?
Some shit.
That's black people shit. Black people shit. If you say shit at the end of anything, it's black people shit. Like, shit, do something shit. Like, it don't matter what it is. If you say shit at the end,
it really means like
it's just like
you don't have an idea. Like you didn't put no thought into what you're talking about. You just like shit. Just do some shit. Like I'm cool with whatever shit.
Let me fuck.
Hilarious.
Let me fuck. Shit.
It's like we added the end for no reason. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Shout out to our girl. That's a true sister right there. Trump right there, boy.
Shamika Michelle.
Shout out to Shamika, beautiful self. You know Shamika from the Whitlock show and other things. So shout out to Shamika. Real woman right there. Real fucking woman. Stand on business. Not these fucking
And you over here flirting a little bit with Shamika. She hopped on. You said, this is a beautiful, strong black sister. Look at her hair, her skin, her legs. Is she single, JB?
I don't know. Shamika could flow. She got flow. Shamika could rap.
I know you said you would never get another relationship again, but Shamika, if you're listening, Shamika, JB's available. Let's make some light-skinned babies. She said, hey, thank you.
Why would it be light skin? Why would it be light skin?
You tell me. You tell me. If you and Shamika got together and made a baby, why would it be light skin? You answer that question.
I mean, Shamika, dark sister though.
Right.
Beautiful, dark sister.
You a white male.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be like
you're a pale male.
It doesn't mean it's actually gonna come and be right light skin right away.
You pale though, is what I'm saying.
It could be like purple. Could be darker motherfucker.
Something about that I didn't like. I don't know what it was.
I used to tell my players, you purple motherfucker. That means like you dark, black and purple is purple. Shout out to all my African players that played for me. You know what it means. Stop. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't like something about it? You don't like it?
Why? Hold on, time out. Hey, JB is funny, man. He got some humor. It's crazy how your brain works. I said that like 10 minutes ago, and you just like you went forward and went back and then brought the. You know what I'm saying? Your brain is insane.
You didn't like it for some reason. You didn't like purple. Now, if I was just a regular white boy that couldn't say that, then it was racist. Then we could be fighting. But I know you. That's why I'm giving you a pass because I know you. But it still feel weird. You don't have to give me a pass.
I'm giving you a pass because I know you.
Shamika, we gotta get Shamika on this show. We gotta get Shamika on this show to just straight up just grill Smitty and tell Smitty what it's really like.
I'm your co-host. Why you want me to get grilled as your co-host? We supposed to like help each other out. We supposed to be a team. We supposed to like. I'm supposed to make you look good. You make me look good. That makes the show look good. You want somebody to come in here and just destroy me. He wants me to get obliterated. How you say the word? Is obliterated? How you say obliterated? Say it right now, JB.
What is it?
Say the word.
What word?
How do you say it?
What? How do I say what?
Can you spell? You spell what I just said?
I don't know what you said. Say it again.
You didn't hear what I said?
Nuh-uh.
Can you try to pronounce what I said though?
I didn't hear what you said though.
You did hear what I said.
Shamika's down. Wait, she's down. She'd love to what though? What part?
That's what I'm saying. Like I said a lot. I said date JB. I said make a light-skinned baby. You said come on the show. You said comedy. Like you gotta be specific, Shamika. You gotta be real specific, Shamika. It's a lot we said now. I don't know.
Now, Shamika,
content.
Now, keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Keep it real. Don't be scared now.
Shamika. She said, come on the show. LOL.
Oh, okay.
Shamika, there is not a blacker name for a woman than Shamika. Not from where I'm from in Compton, being from the hood.
Shanique was a little blacker.
That's ghetto. That's not blacker. That's more ghetto. Shamika is a sister. You hear Shamika, you know, it's a fucking sister. She's a real one. For Shamika to come out and call it like it is, you got to pay high. You got to sit back, Smitty, and look and say, damn, Shamika is breaking down this right and left wing shit. I respect. Hey, JB. I gotta look. But I'm saying I'd be like, if Todd came on here and was like pro Biden and pro Kamala, I would have to be like, damn, Todd, mate, Todd.
You saying that, but no, you wouldn't. No, that's the difference. That's the motherfucking. That's the difference. Like I'm a guy who whether whoever I vote for, I can sit back and be like, damn, okay, Shamika, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what? I might disagree with that, but the way you explained that, I get that. Like I respect. Darnell Smith can listen to both sides and agree or disagree, but still be like, you know what, Shamika, I appreciate you for coming on this show and educating us and giving your perspective. Where a lot of people can't do that on both sides, and that's the issue.
Shout out to the OG sisters in here. Shout out to the OG brothers in here. Shout out to Vincent Connor, Shamika.
Maybe you seem to get like real uncomfortable when strong black women get on here though.
Chris, shout out to all the real strong sisters in here. Shout out to all you guys and the brothers in here as well. And then shout out to all the busters too. You know.
JB, are you more comfortable around black people or white people?
Black people.
You're more comfortable around us.
Because I grew up in it. You know, I grew up, that's who I grew up with. You know, that's how I am. I grew up
long delay. I know. I thought you was
I got so many things going right now.
Well, focus on this show, or I'm gonna turn the show off.
What you think about this?
Black men are voting for Trump. I do think there are a selection of black men who are voting for Trump, but I'm gonna stand by what I said. I would be shocked if come election time, come November, if Trump gets more of the overall black vote than Kamala Harris. I would be shocked. Like, I would bet anybody money for multiple reasons.
I think you're going to get – I think the young – so from 30 below, I think you got a shot at Kamala. 30 and older, I think brothers voting for Trump and sisters.
I don't think it's a landslide, though.
Again, I think it's a generational thing.
Yeah, I do think – I think Trump – like, I think this go-around, we will see definitely a strong increase in the percentage of black votes that he gets this go-around versus last time, but I still don't think that will trump Kamala. So that's all I'm saying. So we'll see though, man. Listen, I can't wait till the shit is over with, regardless. Because like every time it's election time, man, it's just the worst energy around the country, man. I just feel it's like an unease. I feel like it's hate going on, hate speech, hate actions, hate, and it's crazy because this is happening at the same time as the Olympics. And the Olympics, on the contrary, is the one time when it actually brings us all together. It's like, hey, I'm USA. I don't care if I'm black, white, young, gay, straight, whatever. Watch the Olympics when we all root for the same people, and then the Olympics end, we go back to the bullshit. So I don't know. It just, you know me, JB. You always call me the positive guy.
Can you break this down?
Andrew Calagero Muscarell, NYC 333. JB, when I was at Walmart yesterday, someone was mistaking me for you. You think we look alike? Low key, if you cut the mustache,
oh my God,
y'all got the same exact big ass nose, y'all got the same smile, the same giraffe ass neck. I can't see your hair, but you wear the same hats that JB wears. Only difference is JB wears it in the front sometimes. He likes to wear it reverse, but he wears it in the front sometimes. Cut your mustache, you might be JB's black or light skinned doppelganger.
He's not black.
He's something. Shamika Michelle. Who pulled that up, Bailey? Black men that have been trained to bow down to their single moms will vote for Kamala. Okay, Shamika. I respect her opinion.
What you think about that?
I disagree, but I respect her opinion, though.
Why you disagree?
Because I believe that, again, I said this earlier, everyone has their different reasons of who they're going to vote for based upon what's important to them and their lifestyle. So just because you vote for someone who I disagree with doesn't mean I'm a weak man or it almost feels like, and I'm not saying Shamika's doing it, I'm speaking in general. It almost feels like there are people that are like belittling the Democratic voters. You know what I'm saying? It's almost make it like this whole, like, from months leading up, it's like, hey, if you vote for Biden, you just a dumbass. You vote for Kamala, you know, you're demonic. If you vote, it's like that's been like the narrative that I've been seeing a lot on social media and from media members, where I'm saying, like, no, I just think people can have a different mindset and different experiences and different things that are more important to them, and that's what they want to vote for because of that. It's almost like if you are on the side of Trump, you believe that it's such a common sense thing to vote for Trump that if you vote for anything opposite, you're just like you're just insane. And in my opinion, I don't think it's just that obvious. Like I don't think it's a no-brainer that it's Trump. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, I don't think she's saying that, though. She's talking about more of a, I think, deep dive into why you're voting a certain way. That's what I think she talks about every day. If you listen to her spaces or listen to her stuff,
and that's why I said my comment wasn't, just for clarity, it wasn't like directly at Shamika. It's more of a broader, using that as the setup for a broader take. But again, I respect her opinion and would love to have her on the show. Because I like to learn, man. You know me, I keep it real. I'm not someone who come on here and I'm not no expert when it comes to this. this political stuff, which is why I don't talk about it a lot on the show, because I'm behind the scenes learning, educating myself, having conversations with people, talking to JB, talking to Bailey, talking to other people who I respect, doing my own research. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in that process. So I'm not going to come on here and act like I'm, some genius when it comes to these topics, which is why I'm open to have people come on here and learn and listen. So that's what it is. But let's move forward, man. We got a few more topics left before we end this show on the sports side. And it's been kind of quiet in Colorado. But we have a topic right here, man. The Colorado Bucks football team has their social media @ on the back of their practice jerseys. Coach JB, I definitely want your thoughts on this, but I'm going to give mine first. I think it's genius. They're not the first people to do this, though. I think we've had other teams do this over the last few years, so it's not like groundbreaking or anything like that. But it's genius. We live in an NIL era. We live in a social media influencer era, and this is just another chance at practice to brand yourself, to get more followers, which leads to more brand deals for everybody. O-line, D-line, whoever. If you got your name on your @ name on the back, and you're Colorado, which we know you're gonna get thousands, if not millions, of views on content that you post. If you so happen to walk past the camera, be in the camera, now your name is getting those views, which will lead to potentially more money, more opportunity. I think it's genius. It's great on the marketing side because we know that young people, really everybody nowadays, especially young people, cares heavily about social media. So kind of adding that to the flow of your practice naturally is a smart recruiting scheme, and it's smart for NIL dollars as well.
This happened a few months ago, but I think it's back in the news again. So everybody out there that says we hate on Deion in Colorado, just so you know, it's big news again. It's out there right now on social media. We've already talked about it. To me, it's they've made the game secondary and the hoopla primary.
Say it again.
They've made the game, the actual playing of the game, the field work, the practice, the guts, the nuts, the sweat, the blood, the tears, secondary, which is why the game is struggling right now and it's watered down. They've made social media hoopla, hot takes, and vertical clips primary.
It's more.
And I agree with Shamika wholeheartedly. Young athletes focus on being famous more than being good. That's true. Aaron Rodgers just subtly said earlier. Can we play that whole Aaron Rodgers clip, Bailey, real quick, in light of Shamika's take right here? I would like to see Aaron Rodgers' take and tie that all in with this.
We played the whole Aaron Rodgers take already.
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Like 90% of it.
Can you play the end of it right when he was saying we played preseason games? Shamika, we big time now. We got producer in the back, voiceovers. We got all kind of shit cracking.
You know what would have been funny if we would have never showed Bailey's face ever, and we just had the voice. That's what we should have did. It's too late now, but next time.
The girls like Bailey. I heard the girls like light skin.
They do.
It's different. To combat that, now we've doing all these practices with other teams. So we have 3 of those. I'm assuming those will be like our super heavy days, and then it'll be like the preseason for us. If he decides he wants me to play against the Giants, I'll strap it up and look forward to that.
Just a quick follow there. Is the decision different this time because of the injury?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't have any restrictions. I'm doing keepers, rollouts. So it was news to me yesterday when he said I wasn't going to play in the first 2. Eric sent me that. Thank you. But we hadn't even had a conversation yet about that. So I was, assuming I'd take a ton of reps in the inter squad when the other team comes in, whatever we call that, those fun times. And then if he wants me to.
He's basically, again, dog, this is the culture that I just don't know if they can get out of their own way with this culture, because at the end of the day, he's kind of throwing his head coach under the bus like his head coach threw him under the bus when he missed minicamp. And I think it's back to the whole pecking order thing. And he is an old school cat that played preseason games. It wasn't even a question. He said it. We had to play. We didn't even think about not playing. We wanted to play. These cats now playing is secondary. They want to be famous. They want social media likes. They want to be TikTokers. You've seen guys get drafted in the first round and then retire without even playing a down to be a TikToker. We saw it this year. There's not an investment like there used to be in the game itself. And that is why I think we've lost our way in this whole ball of wax. I think that we've lost our way. We're more concerned about doing a podcast immediately after the game, i.e. Micah Parsons, Draymond Green, big-time sports figures, rather than, to Emmitt Smith's point, shut the hell up, focus on winning a Super Bowl, and then do all the podcasts you want. We are flipped now. We want to do podcasts, fame, me, all about me, and then the game is lost in translation, transitioning from podcaster fame to putting all eyes on me instead of going out there and showing that I am this great guy that can play and win Super Bowls. I don't believe it's all about winning anymore. These cats can care less. We know the money's generationally wealthy, changing, life-changing money. You always protect that and defend that. The players, go get your bag. So do a lot of people. So does Shaun King. So everybody's about their money. I'm not saying no, don't make no money. Turn that $200 million down. I've never said that. All I'm saying is, though, like, at least pay some homage and earn your keep on that in that deal. I hate to see guys just continue to ask for more money, but yet you've really given back very, very little in regards to your team, to your community, to your brothers, to your coach, to your player. That's the problem I have. That's all. It's an opinion. It is what it is.
JB, approximately how many NFL players are on a roster, like in total, in the entire league?
53 times 30, 53 times 32 at the end of the day. So whatever that would be, 50 times.
What's that number?
I don't know. What is that?
I know you a genius. What's that number, Chad? What's that number, Shamika, real quick? Shamika, 53 times 32?
Well, that'd be 15,000?
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, 1,500?
I mean, 1,500?
I don't know.
Because
you got right. So right now, so to be honest, you got practice squad guys. You got 86 out there right now per team. 86 times 32 right now is what?
Let me see. Give me my calculator now.
Was I right about? I think it's 15,000, wasn't it?
You said who? You said 53 times 32?
Yeah.
About 1,600. 1,696.
Yeah. So didn't do 15.
Thank you, Jamaica.
Didn't do 86 times 53. I mean 32. Sorry.
86 times 32. 2,700. 2,752.
Okay, so 2,700 will be total because there'll be practice squad players. There'll be guys on lists that you can bring up.
Boom. Okay, boom. So I asked that because out of the 2,700 NFL players, how many of those players have actual podcasts? How many of those players are you seeing doing these big major things outside of the game? It's a small selection of guys.
It's not just podcasts, though. Remember, they're doing other things, too, that you can equate to some sort of fame grab, meaning they're a video gamer, they're a TikToker, they're on Twitch. You don't have to do a podcast. I'm just saying, look at what they do.
That's just the example, but playing the game, guys been playing the Nintendo 64, the Sega. I don't care what you do at home. You're playing the game. Guys been playing the game at home forever. So I'm saying, like,
but it's doing it at all-time clip during the season.
I guess my point of bringing it up is
during the season.
I think we over exaggerate a little bit the amount of guys who don't care about the game anymore. I do agree. I do think there are more guys because there's so many more opportunities now, which is a positive thing. But on the contrary, it's a little bit of a negative effect to the game itself because of everything you listed. Because there's so many other factors outside the game that even though they might be positive for your bank account or positive from an opportunity standpoint, it's taken away from the game because you can only do so much. At the end of the day, that's something that I've learned, and as I've become a young man, is that no matter how much of a hustler I think I am, I only have so much time in a day to put aside to each thing. So you do have to find that balance, and you do have to at some point organize, like, okay, what are the top 3 things that matter to me the most right here? Football has to be at the top because that's the main thing. Without that, I don't have nothing else. So that should be number 1. But then number 2 is that my podcast is number 3. Like, you figure out what that thing is, and you figure out the best way to organize that. But my point is, Majority of these cats are middle of the pack players, so we couldn't even name them if they were in Ralph's or walking down the street. These are guys trying to make teams.
Wear a helmet.
These are guys like my brother Willie Snead, who just signed with the Dolphins. Shout out to Willie Snead. These are guys like that who are everyday guys who they're not doing no podcast. They're not streaming on games. They're not being big time YouTubers. We just see that small group of guys, and we always say the same names, Micah, Draymond, because there's not a lot of guys that's really doing it at a high level. So my point is, I think there's still a large amount of athletes who still love this game, in my opinion. I stopped playing.
You don't talk about them. But
I stopped playing in 2016, so it's been 8 years now, going on 9. I've been out the game for a little bit, but it ain't been that long ago. And I know when I was playing, people love the damn game. We can't be that far removed from it.
But you don't talk about it. We only talk about what's making the news. You don't talk about the organic team player
because it's not sexy.
That's my point, and that's why that gets the stuff. Like Jermaine Johnson, he didn't want to be on Netflix. He didn't want to be filmed, and he's a first rounder.
Right.
And now he's a Pro Bowler. Now he's one of the elite pass rushers in the NFL.
Yep.
Nobody wants to talk about him. Pause. No woman ever grabbed me by the back of the head and forced me to look like I'm giving fellatio.
I like giving fellatio to my wife.
But that was
real man. Come on now. I ain't even gonna say the rest.
But that
real man go down on their wife. Real man eat their wife.
The way she grabbed you was like you was being pegged.
We do shit rough around here. So like she grabbed me, then I grab her. Yeah, we do like some rough shit over here.
Here we go. The fucking bald broad on ESPN. God damn.
Stop, JB.
Shamika, what's up with the bald broad on ESPN? God damn. Talk about DEI hire. God damn.
I think you and Shamika should go out on a date and we should film it. No, for real. Like you take her out to eat. She come to LA. You take her out to eat. Like, and just go on a normal date. Conversations.
What's going on right now?
Have a drink. And y'all just do y'all thing and just see what happens.
What's going on right now?
I think that's cool. Just do y'all thing.
What's going on right now?
What you mean? Like in society, and it's the Olympics. I think track starts today.
No, what was the hand right here going on right now?
I don't even know. What are you talking about? I'm confused as hell.
Oh, Mina Kimes is on now. Fuck. It goes from one to the other. God damn, homie.
Shout out to Mina Kimes. Shout out to the women in this world, man, for speaking their minds. Shout out to the Shamikas of the world, the Mina Kimes of the world, for just speaking their minds and giving their takes and their opinions instead of behind that and having a platform to do that right now. Shout out to y'all, ladies.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Let me break down the difference between the fucking left and the right real quick.
Right, we got 5 minutes left, and I gotta go for a call.
No. Listen to this.
I do.
No, we're not.
5 minutes. I'm hopping off regardless of what you say.
We'll do 30 minutes more and let me.
I'm all right.
Listen. I want to show you something.
Don't show me anything.
I'm gonna show you a lot. Pause. Bailey, bring that in. The Olympics. Damn, Bailey took it out. I was about to put it in. God damn.
Perfect.
Bailey, fuck Bailey.
Bailey took it out, about to put it in. No, didn't.
Bailey, can you put back that video?
What y'all got going on over there?
The girl rubbing the dude in the Olympics.
He said Bailey took it out. I was gonna put it back in. The girl rubbing the dude. What y'all talking about right now?
Watch this.
Hold on, bro. We not about to. Shout out to Court's. That's Courtney. I believe her name is Courtney. Court's Corner.
Let me make my point. Watch this.
That's Jimmer, ain't it? Ain't that Jimmer for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jimmer.
Do you know that that's taking backlash right now on social media as being inappropriate by the left?
They don't know. She's digging.
Hold on. Time out, though. Time out. Let me explain my point here. This is on social media as being taken. This is actually being pushed by your left. Ooh. That they're saying that this is inappropriate. Why are they showing it? Now, let me give you my perspective. Can you believe that they're mad at that for a trainer working on a man in an Olympic game, deep tissue groin rub, but they're okay with a dude knocking out a broad boxing? That is the difference, homie, between the left and the right, Smitty. Real shit.
Well, JB, Twitter is
make it make sense.
No.
Make it make sense, homie.
You can't use the dumbasses on Twitter and let that define the entire party. Because I did see some dumb people on the right who just said some stupid shit too, but that don't define everybody on the right. Come on, JB, you smarter than that.
That's how they think, though, Smitty. That's a normal thing. That's a real thing. Like, you don't see us coming out there.
I know a lot of people on the left who don't think that.
Okay. You know damn well, though, that's not a thing that we're going to sit. The hypocrisy is the point. The hypocrisy. A woman, by the way, Smitty, don't you see the big picture? That's a woman rubbing a dude.
No, I know what you're saying. I get it. I just think from what I've seen on our feeds are different. People just out here trying to joke because the location of what she's trying to fix. You know, listen, I don't let social media and social media is fake to me. I don't let the dumbasses on Twitter define a race, define a political party, because there's people just go out there and just say shit for clicks. Instagram, Twitter, whatever. So I don't think that's fair to use that to define an entire side. Shout out to Courtney Watson, though, man. I want to make sure I said her name right. She works at the Drew League every single summer. Only reason she wasn't there this summer because obviously had the opportunity to be at the Olympics. I think she might be from LA, if I'm not mistaken. So people are just over. If you're not an athlete, you didn't play no sports, stay out of it. You don't know what you're talking about. You never hurt your groin before. That's just a regular. I saw that. It was like, okay. It was like nothing. But people who don't know sports, don't know things, will have an ignorant opinion on it. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So,
it's time for some white people shit and some black people shit to end this show.
Let's do it. Brought to you by Prize Picks. What we got first?
Check your boy out, man. Check old boy out, man. Old boy got on the collar V-neck. This the first time ever seeing a nigga with a collar V-neck, but this shit for real. It was made like this.
That
This
nigga
shit
work
was made like
he
this,
work at a hospice.
He the first with a collar V-neck.
Them shit look like some big ass footage.
I would not piss him off if I was you.
Hold on. Is that F.A.?
F.A. brother, I don't know if you're tuning in right now, but I apologize. That my co-host here just disrespect you in the manner that he did. He disrespects you in a manner that's it's so disrespectful that it's almost like unbearable, unbelievable. That he said, "This is you. You ain't even got dreads, F.A. You ain't even got dreads." And he said that this guy looks like you. He thought this guy was you. Skinny cat.
I don't know if I got a fucking house phone.
Non-athletic frame. And this is what he's doing to you. I apologize. That was my alarm.
Where is
my call, from my call that I have right now.
Where F.A. at?
1 minute.
Where F.A. at?
I'm gonna text him. He not. I don't think he's in the show right now. I haven't seen no comments. So we gonna cut this, baby. We gonna send it to him now.
All right, baby. Let's next. What's next?
Hey, bro, how you doing? You Mexican, right?
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
Hey, bro, good question, bro. You know the difference between Penalin and Fabuloso?
I mean, they're both basically the same, bro. They're just like different scents. Just more of preference.
So racist.
All right, so let's I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I would probably go with the Fabuloso, man.
Hey, excuse me, my man. I got a question. You black, right?
Shout out to the homie. The Mexican homie is a comedian. He's from Salinas. That's my boy Cisco's boy. Their boys, actually, him and the brother are boy. They do a skit. They is that BPS or racism?
Racism.
So it's not racist to ask the Mexican about Fabuloso, though?
No, that made sense.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's that left thinking.
Hey, JB. Hey, moving forward, no matter what I say, that should be your shit. Like, AR5 is gonna be a Pro Bowl this shit. See, that's that left thinking.
I think racist jokes at one point back in the day used to be the funniest jokes, and everyone left the arena, and they were still friends.
It's still funny.
Racist jokes were the shit back in the day. Nowadays, though, the left you can't do it. You can't have racist
people joke about white people. That's hilarious.
You could fight men and women, but you can't have a racist joke. Last one, baby. Where we at? We got some white people shit out
This guy apparently hit a guardrail and doesn't speak English. He says they think do not turn your head. They've been trying to get him keep your head still to understand their translation app in Vietnamese.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's happening right now?
Wait for it.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm asking you? To look at the tip of my finger, follow it with just your eyes, and do not turn your head. Yes? Yeah. Okay. One more time. Put your hand. Yeah. It's not a high five moment. You can practice. Nope. Everybody's
He's loaded. He's loaded.
That's left thinking. That's that. Hey, Smith, why they do Steve Kim like that?
Oh man, hey y'all have a great show. He's throwing shots at me, Steve Kim, FA, the left. Hey man, if you from the left, man, stand up. Hey man, I gotta go. I got a business call, make this money. JB, I will hit you up later on. If you go to Arizona, let me know. Tomorrow we may have a show, we may not. Follow Darnell _Smith 95, and I will let and I'll let you know. And then hey, if we don't have one, have a great weekend. If we do have one, we're gonna be here tomorrow. JB, be safe. Bailey, be safe. Keep sending me stuff about Trump. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna see y'all later. JB, any final words?
You've been sending a lot of political shit to us.
I've been sending it.
You've been. Must be on your mind.
I've been sending it.
You've been sending a lot of group texts about Trump.
I've been
Kamala.
sending it. I've been doing my research. That's why. Like you told me, you said, do your research, man. I said, okay, do my research. So I'm just having a conversation and just good dialogue and bringing balance to our group chats. I'm gonna y'all tomorrow, though, man. I got to go for this call if I get in trouble. And we're going to go from there, man. Baby, spin it, baby. Spin it. You can go.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Issues get pressed so fast you don't get sacked like bags and baggage. Smitty and Jason Brown kill the ass around.